What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so we are getting into yet another week of the Inkosi Super Cup. So it's going to be quite interesting seeing what these teams are gonna get up to. We got, of course, Mr. Hawaii right over here. How you doing today?
No, I'm good. I'm ready to get into some PUBG as per usual. I mean, we've seen some pretty spicy things pretty much all across the board, especially since the update to Erangel. That's been a little bit interesting. So I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff, and hopefully that continues.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. I mean, we got quite a few teams. Well, in fact, we got 3 lobbies running today, so we're going to be spectating one of the lobbies. In this lobby, we have the players, of course, from Phoenix. We've got Incense, we've got Endgame, we've got the Elite Newbies Alpha team. We got Your Killer is Men of Blood. We've got Timida Spin, whatever whatever. I can't pronounce that name properly. We got the players from Oxy Esports. We got God Gaming. We got MTSE, right? We got Make It Big, Anonymous, Risky Gaming, Moz Crew, and then, of course, the team from Sorry Panda. So, we got a few teams in the lobby. So, well, let's see how this goes. And, of course, as per usual, we've got our standings that the teams are battling it out for. So, so let's see how what that's looking like.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look and see who is going to be sitting at the top there. And of course, we've got those points right at the top. 341 is going to be sitting Exile Africa. So that is quite a substantial lead there.
Yeah, no, it is quite a bit of a lead. And of course, in second place, we've got the players there from Unique Elite sitting on 285 points. We've got Empire Gaming in third place. We see quite a few chicken dinners though across the top 4 teams there. I mean, 4 chickens, 5 chickens, 2 chickens, 3. That's quite a bit of a count. Quite a bit of a count there for those chicken dinners, and of course the kill points. I mean, just look at that, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, so that sort of ties in. That sort of ties in the stats. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. You know, the chicken dinners are one thing, the kills are one thing, but when you combine the two together, whoo.
Oh, there we go. And of course, moving on to the second page of the list, rather, we've got the players there from God Gaming sitting in 11th place. We've got Akatsuki. Yay, I got the name now. In 12th place.
Nice.
We've got the Active Gamers then 13th, the Elites in 14th, Outlaws in 15th, Jinx in 16th, Team Untold in 17th, the Gangster Gang in 18th, the Angry Martians there in 19th, and of course the Bot Squad. So we don't see any chicken dinners in the placement from 11th to 20th.
Yeah, and once again, that sort of, that it tells all. It really does. You know, you're trying to put the points on the board. The chickens count quite a bit. The kills count quite a bit. And, when you're trying to get yourself up the leaderboard, the higher up you are on the leaderboard, the more the stats show exactly what we talk about, the combination between the placement points and the kills. It makes it big. And then, of course, we have our schedule straight up on your screen there.
Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, we're, of course, getting this first one underway. That, of course, being the group match. And then from there on, the top placing teams will make it through into our 3 final matches, which will be starting from 8 o'clock. So there we have the schedule on the screen in case you're wondering what time to look at who or what time we're going to get started with everything. But yeah, so I think it's definitely going to be quite the interesting lineup. You know, we've got quite a few teams in here, seeing that we're running into 3 lobbies. So it's going to be quite the evening and, expecting quite a bit of action.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we already know what the teams are fighting for. I mean, we saw in the Mzansi League, we saw quite a couple of teams, fighting for those placement points to make sure they don't get relegated. And of course, we got to the end of that whole story. And now we're sitting here in Inkosi, we're waiting for that story to maybe come to a bit of a close and sort of move up to see who's going to be fighting in the upgrade round or the promotional relegation match. Yeah, that's
upgrade
what
round. Yes. Yeah. So they'll get put into that upgrade round, and we'll see, who's going to battle it out for the Mzansi League. It's going to be quite interesting, It's quite a bit of a tough lineup that we've got running in Mzansi, and we can say, pretty much the same for Inkosi. We've got some pretty tough teams, and it'd be interesting to see which teams make it on through.
Yeah, well, I mean, the teams that are sitting there at the top of the leaderboard right now are just doing some absolutely insane stuff. I mean, sitting there with like 350 points, that's yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, putting the work in to be able to get into that promotional match. And I mean, they definitely deserve it at that point, you know, and they've pretty much secured their spot on top of that leaderboard, the Exiles, and the other teams in the top sort of 8, they're sitting there quite happy. I mean, mostly the fighting is going to be for those sort of bottom half positions, maybe just to try and get up into the top 8. But I mean, yeah, at this point we're really just seeing if anyone's gonna be knocked out of that position right now, because the sort of top half of that first leaderboard there is really just cemented. It's gonna be really difficult to dethrone them.
Yeah, no, it's going to be quite a bit of work, and well, we'll see. Maybe some of the teams that we have that have not yet made their way up into that top half of the page, would be able to do that today, because well, they've got 3 games in the finals. Of course, this first one is to qualify to move on up in towards the next round, and then they've got 3 games to kind of show what they've got. So there's still a lot that can happen, and the teams can actually make quite a bit of a difference still. So yeah, we're just waiting to see which teams will be the ones that then will be stepping up, and stepping up to the plate and putting the work in and getting those kill points, because there's a little bit of catching up to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a little bit, just a little bit of catching up to do.
A smidge. It's nothing major.
Nothing too much. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the team's going to get it done. I mean, they've had a really good competitive few weeks. I must say, it's been ramping up quite considerably, and I'm expecting it to continue along that sort of streak. I don't want to see any teams dropping off. I don't want to see any teams giving up, because we do that. We do see that sometimes. Some teams just say like, you know what, it's done. I may as well not try. And I think that's sort of like not the greatest mindset to have, because we've seen the teams that don't give up make it further, even though they're sitting maybe in the bottom. They're not where they want to be. They're not getting the wins or whatever the case is. If they keep playing, they keep doing their best, and they keep practicing, I mean, we've seen them jump up, and that's the case pretty much every single time. So I'm definitely hoping to see the teams bring their best going forward into these next few matches. Of course, we do, as you saw on that schedule, we do have that group match, and then the final 3, the 3 rounds going in for the evening. So yeah, we've got 4 games of PUBGM lined up, and it's going to be spicy.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, persistence pays off. So we'll see who is the most persistent teams in the games for today. It's going to be quite interesting, and well, yeah, really looking forward to seeing the teams stepping up to the challenge and trying to put those hits in, and giving us some quality gameplay. Because at the end of the day, that is what we want to see, and well, that makes the game rather so much more interesting. Having these teams with the ability to do that. And, well, hopefully that is exactly what we'll be getting today. So the game should get underway momentarily. Then we can, of course, jump on in. And the team's, of course, playing on the Erangel map. So, getting quite a bit of practice on there. And it's nice to see those new updates coming into the map as well. Changing things up ever so slightly. And, giving a nice look on things as well. So...
yeah, I think the biggest bonus that people would have been focusing on is the look update. They're thinking, it looks really, really good, and I definitely agree. But I think that that whole shard system is very, very interesting, I must say. To play on, when you just jump on it for a game and go for it, it's definitely really interesting to watch, because you're going for these drops, and those can become serious points of contention and some serious places to fight around. So it's definitely a lot of fun. It's definitely a nice new little mechanic to add some extra pressure on the map.
I don't think we've seen much of that in the custom rooms just yet. I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's something that's been implemented, but I mean, that would definitely make it a bit interesting, and it's already added that extra layer that, like you've mentioned, added that extra bit of a change up to the game, just to make things ever slightly more interesting, giving the players once more something to fight over, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So there's but well, of course, now we're waiting to see what's going to happen. The match has gotten underway with about 60 seconds. 60 minutes. 60
minutes. Oh boy.
yeah, that might take a little while away from this flight path, and well, then we can see where it's going to be taking us. And I'm quite curious to see, what the teams are going to be able to do with that, because we've got a few names in here that we've seen, numerous times before. And then, of course, we've got a few teams that we haven't really seen much of. And, well, I think it's definitely going to be quite interesting to see what they'll be able to do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's definitely nice to sort of get a feel for how the players are playing in the different teams that we don't see that often. You know, because it's always nice to see who the up and comers are and see who's sort of growing into the scene, who's new, the newcomers. You know, trying to challenge and get their way on up, they work their way on, earn their spots. Definitely lovely to see. So hopefully we see a little bit of that. We'll see what the teams are made of. We'll see what they can do here in these games going forward. And well, yeah, let's just keep our fingers crossed for some spicy gameplay.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty tough. And, well, yeah, just so keen on getting that done. And, well, the plane has, of course, now taken off. It's making its way across that map. And, while it's starting over in the patchy favorite, which is, of course, the Sosnovka military base, and heading on up straight towards the shooting range. As you can see there, quite an interesting flight path and opening up several parts of that zone for the teams to then start moving up into.
Yeah. It's a nice thing about the flight path opening up all the spots. It's not really, it's slightly slanted towards the west, but I mean, not so much where it's a problem. Most of the spots will be droppable. You'll even be able to reach Yesnaya pretty much without that much issue. So yeah, it's a pretty nice zone. Going to be feeling really, really comfortable for a lot of these teams. They're going to be able to drop in pretty much wherever they like. Maybe Malt Power might just be a little bit further than they would want to go. Maybe also Kameshki. But I mean, other than that, I mean, everything else is great. They can just drop down, go wherever they want to go, set themselves up. The real kick is just going to be that zone.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we were just waiting to see where the zone is going to take us and, you know, which way around these teams are going to have to rotate, because it's going to be quite interesting. You know, they've got quite a bit of access to this map. So, well, yeah, we'll see whether or not the zone is going to treat them well, or if it's going to, you know, throw one of its curveballs. Yeah. That's always a very interesting thing to see, especially, you know, when you're expecting something to, well, the zone to head up in a specific way, and then, well, surprise, surprise, welcome to PUBG Mobile, that throws you off in a complete opposite direction. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. About to pop the zone. Yes, and it moves all the way over towards that, well, far northeastern side.
Yeah, that's, I mean, there's a couple of interesting things that just happened there. The first one is watching where the players are dropping. We see some very interesting concentrations there. No one going down. Basically, one team, I think, is headed down towards that southwest. Everything else completely empty. The majority of them deciding to really drop right in the middle of the map, like pretty much slap bang in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting, I must say. That's definitely not something I see all the time. You know, usually you see a little bit more spread. Pachinki is usually a little bit more occupied, and you know, you don't have like 20 teams jumping down into Rozhok, but that's looking like what we've got going here. And now, of course, with that zone, which is the second thing that was quite interesting, it's just hard camping all the way towards the east, just slapping itself down there like, yeah, you guys are going to have to make your way over this way instead, which is interesting. We've got a couple of interesting spots where the zone could go from here, so definitely still potential to throw a bit of a curveball towards these teams.
Yeah, well, let's see, because, well, we've got a few players already quite close together, and let's see if they'll be able to give us that early game action. You know, there's quite a bit happening on the map, and several teams spread out. Two of those teams, of course, getting themselves some of those patchy points, the non-redeemable, those non-redeemable patchy points all the way over down there in the Sosnovka military island. And, well, we got a few potential hotspots. The first one, of course, being Saverny, where you can see the teams. This being the one from Anonymous, and then of course right there with them we've got the team from Make You Big, so we might see a few interesting things coming in from there. And then of course just a little bit further on the map there over towards North George, also nice potential there for some shots to come in there from the teams from Your Killer Ears as well as Endgame. So two spots to keep an eye on, and well, hopefully we'll see that action coming in. We've got 15 teams in, 58 players, so yeah, we see some nice movements coming out as well from a couple of the teams looking to just maybe utilize some of the extra map. You could see, interestingly enough, actually, it looks like we have Men of Blood and Elite Newbies moving up towards Lipovka, so that could be a potential spot for fights. And it looks like we've got a couple of fights happening up towards Saverny as well, so that's pretty nice to see. Just a couple of shots going off, and it's good to see some of the teams rotating into the zone, because the majority of it is pretty much unpopulated at this moment. Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, so far two of the players there, of course, already going down, that being the players there for Make You Big. And we see quite a few shots now coming in from the team here from Anonymous. So far, they're actually doing pretty well. You know, so it's still sitting on a full squad of 4, going up against the 2 players. So, well, there's some hope. Let's see, maybe they'll get those shots in. Just waiting to see, are they going to push up? Or will we see the team here from Make You Big, you know, start rotating out and heading on off up in towards that zone?
Yeah, we will find out. We will find out pretty soon. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Right now, we're just waiting for them to sort of get themselves comfy and start making those decisions. Right now, no one's really getting overly active. Just getting themselves set up, which is not such a bad thing. You know, it's always good to get yourself set up. And well, the fact of the matter is the jumps also were dealt with quite well, because most of the teams ended up spreading out and just sort of moving away from that central spot, which is good. But it also means that the fights are less likely to happen immediately, and we'll see them happening a little bit later on, so potentially closer towards the mid-game. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see when those rotations start coming in, who starts to take those fights.
Yeah, no, well, so we're just waiting to see and waiting on that to happen. And well, we've only said goodbye to 2 players so far, so we're still sitting on 56 players, and slowly but surely the teams are making their way up in towards that zone. As you can see, the blue zone, of course, now closing in bit by bit, and it's good to see that the players here from Make You Big has decided to rotate up in towards zone instead of, you know, trying to overcommit to that fight and potentially getting sent back to the lobby.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you have to start thinking about exactly what you want to do on the map. You don't have to take all the fights you get given. You know, any opportunities that pop up, you don't have to take them all. Sometimes you just want to stay a little bit, you know, more passive, especially if you're not feeling super confident in taking the fight. But yeah, I mean, it's all situational based, really. You have to see what's going on around you. You know, if there's no other teams around you and you've got some gear going, you know, you've got guns. Ooh, get some airtime in there.
Man, that was pretty cool. End game, just flying up on into this map, literally, just flying. Yeah. So yeah, you must teach me your ways, please.
That's an entirely new angle. You know, we've seen the sea, we've seen the ground, but what about the air? Attacking players from the air.
Yeah, no, that was a Yad. Well, a Yad giving us some crazy hang time there. Yeah, coming in from an unexpected angle, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely put the surprise in on the teams. Yeah, I mean, if not, why not? You know, they were feeling pretty fly, showing us exactly how fly they were feeling, and you know, just hang in there. You'll get it. You'll get it.
All right. Well.
Not much to come back from on that one. I mean,
yeah. There's not much else to say, I guess. So we're just gonna wait for those rotates to come, and you can see the teams are moving their way on up in towards the zone. Nothing too crazy happening, and the zone is big enough for them to fit inside. So I guess we're really just waiting for the next zone to pop down to see where it's going to go. And if it throws a bit of a hard curve towards one side, it might just get pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well. Hopefully we'll continue onwards and upwards, and yeah, let's see how this goes. This blue zone, of course, now still busy closing in slowly but surely. We got the players here from Your Killer is just quickly swapping up vehicles, adding some more to the convoy that they've already got going here. So let's see, maybe the strat pays off. You know, there's quite a few teams still up ahead of them, and well, depending on where they enter the zone, yeah, they might maybe need all those vehicles that they are rolling on up into with.
Yeah. Yeah, you just grab all your vehicles, set up a huge convoy, roll straight on up into the middle of the zone, make a little circle with all your vehicles and sit in the middle and cross your fingers and hope you don't get naded.
Well, let's see. Will it pay off? All the finger crossing as the players, of course, now all start to make their way around. Well, we got the team here still just rolling on up. They're coming in from that, northwestern side. And we also have the players from MTSE. I don't know what's the short for that, but whatever. Let's go with that one. Rolling up right behind the team there from Sorry Panda. So maybe we'll see some more hits. It's definitely going to be interesting. Hopefully they'll catch up, you know, because the team is just up ahead of them. And, well, the teams are all slowly but surely trickling on up in towards that zone. And we have that shift to the far eastern side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more tough. You know, there's a lot of water in that zone, which is decreasing the space. And well, here we go. We're seeing the shots now coming through as the rotations are happening as well. Sorry, Panda, going to be taking a bit of fire here from God.
What will happen? Well, the team here now. This is still your killer is. Sorry, I got a bit confused by the HD that I just saw on the screen there. Sorry, Pandas, of course, just off in the distance. You can see Mr. God there just trying to put those hits into Jay. It's interesting seeing the strats that the teams are using. You know, it's slightly bit different to what we're used to seeing. You know, slight different approach there, but well,
yeah.
Let's see, the team here at the moment quite spread out. We got Fantasy just tapping that quick shot into B. Oh, some more hits now just flying across. Will Jay and Lally be able to get those shots in that they need? Jay taking quite a bit of damage. We got Uzo just coming in and just putting him straight off into the Woodstead lobby. Now that whole team is down to pretty much one player. Let's see, will your killer is be able to get the clutch? Will they get the wipe? Still full squad rolling on up, and it seems like they're busy surrounding them.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It could prove to be effective, though. We'll see if it works out for them. It might just be well, I was gonna say I hope they just start rolling on in and try and getting the squishes in with the vehicle, but that's not the case. The rotations will of course come through. Sorry, Panda now try and outrun the blue zone. Luckily, it's not going to do that much damage right now, but yeah, still going to be taking a little bit of damage, which is not ever what you want, because that means you get softened up a little bit, and by the time you get to the blue zone, you're a little bit exposed.
And we got the players there from I can't pronounce this name. Slot 11. Let's call him. Yeah, that team. So they are putting a quick few shots all across there with the players now from Endgame. As you can see, the shots just flying in. We got Timidate. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we got Timidate right there. And, well, the players there from Endgame taking a little bit of damage, I must say. You know, we got a Yad now just blowing up his own teammate.
That's very effective strategy.
That's a different approach. yeah, you know. So he just blew it completely. So let's see, will Ayad and CR7 be able to put the necessary hits in? Will they get the clutch, or will we see those shots coming in from the timid whatever that I'm just going to call them Timmy.
Do you think his name is Timidate, and so that would make him Timidaps Intimidate?
No idea. I'm just going to call him Timmy. I'll just call the whole team Timmy. The Timmy team. Yeah, because it's too much confusion for my brain.
I mean, that's fair.
But there we go. We got some more teams now rolling up. The players here from the Mars Crew, Fatal, they're just pushing straight on up towards that drop. And well, we are sitting with 14 teams of 49 players still alive. And slowly but surely, everyone's now making their way on up towards that zone. As you can see, we still have a few players caught out in the blue. But they're, of course, on their way on in. We see the players there from Make You Big. Well, we got Big Fan just way up in the north there. I think he might have gone AFK because it doesn't seem like he's moving just yet. But the shots are now just coming in. The team there, of course, from God Gaming is just putting in a few shots as well. That, of course, flying right over towards Risky Gaming.
Yeah, we've got the shots flying now, and it's no surprise because we still have quite a number of teams left, but all of them have to make their way into the zone, which is, of course, getting smaller and smaller, and, of course, including that coastline, so a lot of the water just denying position or spots for the team, so they're really going to have to fight it out, and now a little bit of gatekeeping happening as well. Pablo just doing his absolute best to make this absolutely horrendously difficult, tapping away at the cars, blowing them up, you know, just keeping them inside that blue zone. That's really not a space that you want to be in, but he's making sure that they are not going to get out of there at all.
Well, we'll see how they play this. I mean, it's still a bit of a tricky one. Risky Gaming, you know, just kind of risking it there. But the Moss Crew in the kill feed, putting those shots right into the Timmy team. Team Timmy getting sent right into the lobby. So, well, great to see those hits coming in. I'm not sure if the whole Timmy team went down. But of course, being Team 11. Maybe. Yes, the whole Timmy team went down. We got MTSE, of course, also right here. Trying to put those hits in. will they get the shots on the Moss crew? I mean, because it's well, the Moss crew doing some great work today as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so far you can see those players falling one by one, and well, they're falling to a whole bunch of different devices here. As you can see, everyone just getting absolutely shot and burnt to a crisp as well. So we've got some pretty good variations in our kill tactics here as that kill feed comes on in.
Well, we also got a few teams over in Lipovka that, of course, being the players there from the Men of Blood, as well as, well, I can't click on that last one. Come on. What's the name? What's the name? Oh, there we go. Your killer is right there with them. So two teams also just going at each other. And this fight here might be quite interesting. Well, the one that we got on the screen at the moment. Between the Monster Fatal and the players from the MTSE.
Yeah, that's up right in the middle here. So this could be a very interesting one because we might, if the zone shifts in any direction, it could still include this particular spot. So it might just become a bit of a contested spot.
Well, let's see how this goes. Will Gray be able to get those hits in?
That zone shift is looking, well, very, very interesting. It's gone all the way towards the east, and it's just sitting on the coast. So basically half the zone is water, and the other half is basically Lipovka and then some grass. So, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Well, let's keep our eye and see. Oh, there we go. So we got a few more teams now, slowly but surely making their approach. The players there, of course, from God Gaming coming in from that northern side. That your killer is just chilling here, right, with the team, of course, they're from Men of Blood. So let's see who will get these shots, and several more teams now just heading straight towards them. It's going to be quite interesting, you know, to see how these players are going to be able to fend off the competition moving in. So, Men of Blood getting hit there, trying to heal up. Not the most ideal position to be healing up in, I must say. Oh, there we go. Well, down goes another one. Your killer is, know exactly who their killer is. So, let's see.
Wow.
All the teams just rushing on up into the northern section here of Lipovka. This is going to be quite interesting. I mean, we're still sitting on 12 teams, 40 players. Quite a few of them already in zone. And we've got Phoenix sitting all the way down in that southern section.
Yeah, quite a few of them already in zone, and quite a few of them in zone in Lipovka specifically. So that's a very interesting situation that's brewing there. And if the zone shifts north again, I think this is going to be one very, very crazy zone, because we've got a lot of teams just concentrating in that area, and you can see it's getting packed. It is getting absolutely packed.
Well, speaking about packed, we got one of the players there from the Incense team. Just as you can see, Joker off in the distance there, just scooting on up in towards the water, just going for a bit of a splash. Well, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be safe for quite some time, unless, of course, the play in the water goes down miraculously for some other odd reason. We got Oxy, Esports B also still in play, slowly but surely progressing up from that southern section. They're sitting in nearly center zone, making their way in, but the shots, though, right here in Lipovka, still ringing through all the way. We're just waiting to see who's going to get those final few hits in. The team, of course, from God Gaming, just putting in shots off in all directions. You can see the Moss crew now also getting hit in the process. So some pretty good defense from them here as well.
Yeah, and there's going to seriously have to be some pretty good defense here, because Lipovka's obviously, you know, full of buildings, and all of these teams can occupy each single one of them. So there's plenty of, you know, space and cover for them to use. But that means that we're going to have some very interesting fights that are potentially going to be a little bit chaotic based on how the zone shifts and what happens here, because they're trying to use this cover. They're trying to play inside the, you know, the buildings, inside the compounds. They're, you know, fighting 3 or 4 different ways here with the tons of teams that are sitting around here. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how this plays out.
You know, we're seeing a few teams just taking, you know, the slightly more chill approach, just hanging around in the zone, not moving up in towards the Lipovka just yet, you know, not trying to get involved in this big mess that we've got going on over here, because there's quite a few teams in that zone now, just shifting slightly down towards the south, as you'll see on the map pretty soon. There we go. So slight shift on that zone. So not a big change, but Phoenix now, of course, putting those hits in. Doing some great work once again, taking the players there from Risky Gaming and sending them right off into that lobby. And now is the point where we need these teams that are currently sitting in zone to capitalize on that and really put those, those shots in, as they've got a pretty good vantage point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we want to see because, well, they can just sit here in the buildings, wait for the rotates to come in, and you can see that is already happening. Yorkila is getting involved in some frays here as the shots not coming through. The team's starting to rotate in there from the north, so the shots are definitely flying now. Lots of teams from the south have to move their way on up as well as their space has become a whole lot limited, but we've still got a couple of players chilling in the water there, trying to just wait out the placement points at this stage.
Yeah, well, that's one way, if you can't do it, just float. And we're waiting to see what the players there, of course, from, well, the elite newbies are going to be doing. They're sitting all the way over towards that west, and one of them sitting up in the north, as you can see on the L of Lipovka, slowly but surely moving. And then we are seeing the shots from MTSE and the Mars Crew Fatal, the shots just flying up. But MTSE now trying to find their approach shot up in towards the zone, just outside of it. And, well, those shots from Uzo now just flying straight over towards the players there from Mars Crew Fatal.
Yeah, here it comes. You can see the shots absolutely flying in at the moment. Right there in your kill feed, you can see the extent of the damage being done at the moment. Now, Phoenix taking quite a bit of damage as they have tried to move up into the zone. They've squeezed themselves in, but for how long is the question. You can see tons of players now losing their life bit by bit. That team count slowly dropping, the player count also dropping bit by bit. 31 players left alive here, 10 teams remaining. And, well, as soon as that zone shifts up once again, those numbers are going to be significantly dropping.
Yep, definitely will be. And, well, we got a few players heading on over straight towards the snake method. We got the players, of course, from Incense, as you can see right in front of us here. MTSE over towards, well, that northeast, and of course the players there from Mars Crew Fatal sitting over towards the far east. And then, of course, Phoenix sitting all the way down in that southern section. So it's going to be interesting to see when they're going to start rotating up, and also, of course, where the zone's going to shift to, because if the zone stays in this northern part, it's going to make it quite challenging for the southern teams to rotate up. Yeah. But if the zone shifts to the south, and it does. There we go. Oh. Now it is the time for the teams sitting in the southern section to really capitalize on their position and just fat rip everyone as they try to move on in, because you can see how many teams need to come on into that zone. And Phoenix are in a pretty good position here, but let's see what they'll be able to do. Will they be able to capitalize on this? And there's Joker, of course, still just chilling out in the water, and Adonis now putting a quick few shots in as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, if the zone shifted up towards the north, it would basically be an impossible bastion of guns, but it went to the south, which means that not only will our swimmers still be alive and just chilling there in the ocean, but also Phoenix is in a great spot. They can defend the coastline here, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're trying to put the hits into absolutely everyone who's trying to rotate down and not giving them any chances here, which is absolutely great, because now all these teams are going to have to fight their way on into the zone if they want a chance at survival.
And the bloodshed is just absolutely insane. So many teams just moving up from that northern part. And of course, they're all just, well, moving up as one. And the shots, as you can see in the kill feed, everything is just getting lit up, head after head after head. I mean, we are down to 8 teams now. It's nearly impossible to call out all the action because there's just so much of it happening. So we'll just wait and see, once this blue zone has, of course, finished closing in, who is left in the zone, because I think from there we'll be able to kind of maybe determine who will be getting the final few hits.
Yeah.
And who might be the possible victors.
Yeah, well, I mean, Instance and Elite Noob are sort of just hovering around there in the water. We've got some teams moving down from the north. They're slowly getting knocked out bit by bit. And, well, actually, looks like we might just be saying goodbye to a couple. And you can see, there they go. Just one by one dropping off. 7 teams remaining at this point, 16 players trying to move down. Phoenix have got themselves a nice little mountain to sort of secure, and you can see it is becoming a bit of a problem for some of these players to try and push around, especially since there are a couple of lone wolves just straggling around the coastline as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Phoenix is getting, challenged for their position. As you can see, Connor just up ahead of Bumblebee there. And we got a few more Well, we had another few players that were fairly close, but they of course got hit in the process. But the Moss Crew Fatal team just getting sent into the lobby. We are now sitting with 5 teams that of course well, the team you can see in front of us there being Oxy Esports B. We've got Phoenix. We got the players from Anonymous just off in the distance. We got Your Killer Is, and then well, Incense just chilling out in the water.
Yeah, he's been there the entire time, completely undisturbed, and he has single-handedly secured his team a top 5 spot, which is pretty good to say. And well, finally that zone is going to shift up, and Phoenix going to take the fight here, and we'll see if they can win it here against Anonymous. They're going to be fighting around this mountain. Your Killer Is off in the distance, going to have to start making their way in as well, but Joker could potentially still stay alive during this time.
Yeah. I mean, if Joker plays it well enough, he could, just swim all the way up in towards that zone. But Phoenix now getting challenged for their position. So I'm hoping for Phoenix sake that, Anonymous and Your Killer Is starts putting their hits in towards each other, thinning the herd so that, we could see a few more shots coming in from there. But, I mean, Anonymous, they're really trying to get that position. And, well, they're creeping up slowly but surely, getting some great knocks in there as well.
Yeah, Connor has done a pretty good job of staying alive here by himself between 2 teams in a bit of a sandwich here. He has to pick the right moment to push out, but he could potentially do quite a lot of damage here if he does do that.
But Your Killer is actually doing quite a bit of damage to their own team. I mean, they're down to 1. The remainder of the team getting blown up by those grenades that they're trying to send across. And Joker now just sneaking up the side, putting that head into Your Killer Is. I mean, pretty good play there, but the zone, of course, now closing in bit by bit. He gets the squad wipe. Well done. Well, with a bit of an assist there. Also, the players from Anonymous putting those hits in. So we are left now with 3 teams, being Phoenix, Anonymous, and, of course, Mr. Kono there out just on the rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's your 3 teams here, and we'll see who can come out on top of this one. The players have done a great job of staying alive to this point, but who is going to walk away with that win? I mean, right now, Connor's still alive, which is quite a considerable achievement, but he is sandwiched between 2 sizable teams at this point. He's going to have to play this one with absolute precision if he wants to stay alive, because they know where he is, so he has to pick his moment. And, well, you can see those Grens flying like artillery over the mountain, but no one pulling the trigger on any attacks just yet.
And Phoenix really using the terrain there to their favor. They know that the arc of those nades coming across won't reach them where they are. You can see them just hugging the cliff, making sure that they don't expose themselves too much. But I mean, we're waiting to see where the zone is going to shift to. It's so small I can't even really figure it out. But it seems like it's in favor of Phoenix once again. So if they play this well, they might very well get these final 3 hits in on Anonymous.
Yeah, it could certainly be the case. We'll see if it is. We'll see how it plays out. Still, Connor not having gone down just yet is quite an achievement here. He's just playing off the corner of that little mountain space that he's got, not exposing himself, waiting for his right moment to strike, but he is being kept an eye on for the moment. You can see Skellum over here just keeping an eye on there, waiting for the peaks. And actually, it looks like they're going to be trying to scale the mountain. Anonymous looking to pull that trigger. They're finally deciding, well, let's just do it. Let's just try and get the hits in. Ooh, Kono going to peek out. So there's the first one. He's going to do a bit of damage with that AWM.
Yeah, no, he's just whamming the schnitz out of these guys. And, well... Oh, I mean, so Kono is playing it with the Uzi and then AWAM, and oh, what a hit though. Anonymous just pushing up on Phoenix, using their height advantage there, but Kono once again popping off some shots. So Phoenix up against, oh, never mind. Look at those hits. And, well, are they going to be able to make it? Will Anonymous last? No, Phoenix takes them down. So we've got 2 teams left now. Kono making it all the way up in towards this final circle with Phoenix.
Yeah, what an impressive achievement. I mean, the man's gone here. He's secured top 2 for his team, which is great. And now all he has to do is win a 1v2 or potentially even a 1v1. I think he needs to get the res in on Tiny. So, I mean, this has just been such a good run for Connor here and Oxy B. They could potentially take the chicken just based off of the fact that Connor's managed to stay alive this long.
Yeah, well, he's got that Uzi as well, which is perfect for this stage of the match. It does a huge amount of damage at quite, well, quite a fast pace. So we'll see, if he is able to utilize it properly, or will the team there from Phoenix be able to move on up and get those hits in? Because they do have numbers in their favor, so they could potentially, flank flank on up, and let's see, is that what they're going to be doing?
Oh.
It's going to be close, so they're getting ready. That zone also now moving up as well. Oh. Yeah, that's going to sting a little bit. Well done to Bumblebee coming in there, getting that chicken right there. So, well, Tiny and Bumblebee doing all the shooting there. As you can see them getting 7 kills for the team.
Yeah. Yeah, and Phoenix managed to win that one out, which is well played there. I think they should have indeed won that one out, and they managed to leverage their numbers advantage as well a little bit, which is good. And Connor could be really proud of keeping his team in that one for so long and getting themselves quite a number of points up in the one. And then, of course, I believe it's Anonymous there coming in third. So, yeah, a pretty interesting game. Started out quite slow, but ended in a very satisfying way, I think.
Yeah. And if we quickly run through the standings of the players, as you can see on the side, we've got the players from Incense finishing in 4th place. Your Killer is in 5th. We got Maskrew Fatal in 6th place. We got the players there from Elite Newbies finishing in 7th. We got God Gaming finishing up in 8th place. We got the players here from Men of Blood finishing up in 9th place. We got MTSE in 11th. We got MTSE in 10th, sorry. Endgame in 11th. We've got Ghost, Intruder, and Teammate. It's quite difficult without the clan tags, but whatever. Let's try and wing it and see what we can find out. That, of course, being Risky Gaming over in 12th place. In 13th, we got the players there from... That was big. Yeah, it's quite confusing, but whatever. Make Your Big. There we go. Make in 13th. In 14th place, we've got the players there from Team Timmy. That's what I'm going to call them. And then, of course, over in slot 15, we got the players from... Sorry, Panda. There we go. Sorry, just need to try and reference everything with all the different names. It's quite tricky to figure out who's in which team, if they've got the weird tags, as we've said many times before.
Yeah.
But well done nonetheless. I mean, we saw some pretty good action there. A bit of a passive start, like you mentioned, nothing crazy in the beginning. And, well, it got pretty heated moving up in towards these final few rounds.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, getting into those final zones, it was definitely a lot more spicy. And I'm really happy that the zone shifted where it did in that final one, because it would have been really tragic to see it move up north. It would have been a lot more of a difficult one and maybe not as satisfying as we got. Instead, it moved down towards the coast, which was great. We saw some fighting over a mountain, which was fun. And, of course, Connor being able to sit on just the edge there of the coast and stay alive for that long, watch the two teams battling it out, sort of tossing those grenades over and bombarding one another until finally the push came through. Anonymous lost. Phoenix managed to keep themselves alive, and then the res came through. Connor didn't push quick enough, and then he went down. So, yeah, a very interesting game to start things out.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, you can't necessarily say that Connor was camping, because, he did put in, a few hits every now and again. And he was obviously, just playing that to his advantage. And well done to Connor. Managed to get the team the 2nd place there, which is not bad at all. Well done. But yeah, so interesting match, and we've got 3 more to come. So we'll see which teams have made it on up in towards the final. So I think with that, let's head on up into the break, and we'll see you back with the first match for the finals. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we are moving up. Patchy, you keep on going higher and higher, dude. Come on, seriously. I can't wait. Let me. I need to try and. I'm just gonna try and sit at the top here. There we go. Hey, welcome back down, Patchy. But anyway, guys. All right, so we are moving up in towards the first round of our finals, the first game for our finals. Of course, we got 3 of them coming up. We got about 18 teams in the lineup here, so it's going to be quite interesting seeing what these players are going to do, where they're going to go, and where those shots are going to come from, and at the end of the day, seeing who's going to be the victors, because they're fighting to try and move themselves up that leaderboard, as we saw a little while ago. So there is some room for fighting, and Patsy's laughing at me, so tag you're it.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely some room for fighting. We got 3 games to get into to help those teams get some more points on the board and maybe just try and make their way up the leaderboard and potentially secure themselves a spot. We'll see, of course, if that's even possible at this point. And well, I mean, we had a nice little opener, but it started off a little bit too slow for my liking. Not gonna lie. I want things to get kicked off from the beginning. You know, I want those shots to fly right from the beginning. I want to see the hits coming in. I want to see the fights happening all from start to finish. So hopefully we can see a little bit of that going into the next 3 games.
Well, hopefully that is what we will be having, by the bucket loads, as we've got, the plane taking off once again. So it's quite a southern flight path on this match that we've got happening over here. I don't know if it's just me but my game also went a bit laggy.
No, you're right. It's definitely a very southern flight path right there. Going to be denying a lot of those northern spots, and well, one day we'll get to have a nice look at that and see exactly where the teams will be dropping. Yeah,
so the flight path is going like, and then the people go like, and then it's like,
yeah, and then they pick up the loot, and then they
There we go. See, that's exactly what I was saying. You see, right there. Yeah, see, the pictures work. We got that southern flight path taking us all the way from Primorsk over to the Malta area there. So, it's cutting off quite a bit of the map. So the team's definitely going to have to work to get on up in towards those northern sections, of course. Well, we'll only find out if that's going to be necessary once the zone shifts up once again, and we can actually see where it's going to be taking us. So we will find out, momentarily. And, we've got a few teams in here. Let's go through the teams list. So we got Anonymous, we got Incense, we got Your Killer Is, we got Moss Crew Fatal, Phoenix Prodigy, we got Oxy Esports B, we got Relentless, Darkside, we got Shell Shock, the Root Esports team, we've got Dream Team Alpha, we got Genesis Esports, we got Elites, African Renegades, Unique Elite, Akatsuki, Jinx Gaming, and then of course Hawk. So those are all the teams that we have that managed to make it on through. And there we have that zone going all the way over towards that eastern side. Once again, not as north as we had in the previous round, but still east.
Yeah.
Straight on east map.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I mean, I honestly was hoping for something a little bit more spicy. I mean, I guess there is a little bit more potential as well. If the zone decides to shift south, we could see maybe some bridge final zones or some military island final zones even, but chances of that seem kind of slim, which is a little bit sad. I was hoping it would change things up just a little bit, but at least we're seeing the hits coming in early. That's always great.
Yeah, that's always great to see those hits coming in, and that being, of course, there from the players, holding up right there, the African Renegades putting those shots in, getting a hit rather, and Genesis now, right in the beginning, they're getting those hits and so staying true to their name.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they'll just take a wild ride, knock some people over, just not ask for insurance, it's all fine. They're just going to head on over somewhere else and evade the law for the time being. A couple of hits coming in from Anonymous here as well, so nice way to start things off. I'm liking this early aggression, very nice.
Yeah, the players there from Relentless just up ahead, so let's see, will Anonymous be relentless in their assault, or will they be able to... Or will the team there from Relentless be able to get away on time?
Okay.
Yeah. Stop killing my buzz, dude. I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know. But whatever. The teams are moving up. You can see Jinx also now in the kill feed getting a few hits over in school. So that apartment area being quite packed. We got Oxy, we got Moz, and then of course we got the team right there with them being Jinx Gaming. So, well, a pretty interesting start. And the team here from Anonymous just anonymously getting in their vehicle, making their way up, looting some crates, as one does. The Scallum, well, doing his thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he stole a car. He's picking it up. He's leaving. Definitely in line with his name. But right now, what I'm more interested in is having a look and seeing where the teams are sitting. And, well, we've got quite a number of them off towards the western side of the map. They're going to have to move on because the zone, of course, is in the east. And we're already seeing a couple of teams moving in that direction. Getting a little bit close. We could potentially see some fights between Your Killer Is and Anonymous, and potentially even a couple of these other teams that are just hovering around in the section.
Yeah, well, at the moment, as you can see, Moscrew all alone. No one here to contest their position just yet. But there's two teams sitting just over towards the eastern side. So depending on where they go, they might actually be able to bump into a few of them. And then, of course, as you mentioned, we've got a few more teams sitting on the west, slowly but surely making their way up in towards the zone. Phoenix positioning themselves over in that military base once again, earning some points, and Grimlock being gridlocked. Well, yeah, not going anywhere. So let's see. That is what yeah, well, that's an AFK player right there.
Yeah.
Comfortably in zone though, might I add. So no need to move up. Now we can see where the flight path ended. That is where the flight path ended. So well done to Grimlock.
Yeah, I mean, they could just prone right there and be fine.
Well, you need to be in-game to be able to do that. Being AFK, you know.
Yeah.
There's no auto-prone feature.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, nobody's going to spot him out there, so for the moment, he's just sitting quite happily. Not going to get spotted out by anyone unless they actually rotate there. I think the biggest enemy for Grimlock is going to be the zone once it pushes past, if it pushes past.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely find out what's going to happen with that. And
I wonder how long they last, actually.
We see Akatsuki now slowly but surely closing in on the players here from Oxy. Or is it Oxy that's closing in on Akatsuki? And of course, just over towards that western side, we see the players there from the Roots esports team just heading past the players, of course, from Incense. So everyone's slowly but surely making their way in. Some potential positions or spots still where we could see some fighting breaking out. No fighting just yet. Not much enough, really. That makes no sense, or whatever. Not a lot of fighting happening. But let's see, will Mr. Kono rock it out behind the boulders once again? Or, well, yeah, or is he going to get sent to the lobby? Only time will tell.
Yeah, that is quite true. Quite true. We'll see as time moves on. The zone slowly coming in, just closing up. We could see Duffy looking for some angles here. Not going to find them just yet, unfortunately for us. But hopefully they do come in at some point, definitely being looked for. So we'll see if the fight here between Oxyum and Akatsuki does break out. We've got a couple of teams actually moving in this direction as well, just sort of crowding around the area. So could potentially have some fights breaking out pretty soon. Duffy going to take a bit of damage. We'll see how this plays.
You sounded so Italian right there. I'm just imagining you with a hand going, taking a bit of damage. Yeah, that was a horrible impersonation, I know, but I mean, bet you kind of did it. It sounds so Italian. But Kono, no, that's Duffy going down. Kono just up on the roof here. Ooh, those grains still flying up now from Lynx. Great throw. Let's see, will Zetsu be able to get it in? Ooh, will Kono get caught out? Not sure. But there we go. So the remainder of Oxy now just gathering up right on top here. Ooh, come on, come on. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? I mean, one of these teams will definitely get it. We just don't know which one, though.
I mean, depending on what it is, yes, absolutely.
Well, stay tuned. You'll find out soon enough what it is.
Stay tuned to find out what it is. But until that time, we're going to see the blue zone close in. As it does, all the teams moving on up, sitting pretty comfortably in there. We've got 17 teams there, 62 players, just chilling, just squeezing themselves inside that zone, plenty of space to move around in. They're just going to be there. It's all going to be good. We're going to wait and see where that zone moves up, because that's going to create the fights, and it is unfortunate, but you know, when the fights happen, at least it's great. Was hoping to see some more fights breaking out of the players' own accord, but I mean, yeah, forced fights are good too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of own accord, we've got Phoenix rolling on up right from that military island. So they've just come up from that south, moving on, just coming across that bridge. And, well, they're now trying to find their next position to pull on up into. And we see the team from Relentless also fairly close to them. So just waiting to see what's going to happen. That zone, of course, now shifting even more towards the eastern side. And, well, I think we're going to get the action there. And Oxy still doing their dance right here with Akatsuki. So let's see. Are they going to try and battle it out? Ooh. Kono almost running right into the bullets there coming across. Nope. And it happens. Lynx. Just links 1 and 1 together and gets those hits. And let's see. Will Myth be able to get it done? Will they get the res in? It's a strange spot to be resing up into. I mean, if we had any of the players in the distance, they would definitely get this hit. But you can see Akatsuki now just rushing on up. Oh, there we go. Come on, you can do it.
Well, we'll see who can get them on with this one. Cloud going to be running up and just smacks 2 right back into the lobby there. So nice and quick from them. They're just going to send them back, send them home, send them packing. They drop a couple of numbers then. At least we're getting a couple more shots now as well. So fights are slowly starting to break out, which is great.
Yeah, the Elites now just about to go at it here with the players from Unique Elite. So it's Elite and Elite. The one is Unique, the other one's just Elite. We'll see how it goes. And, well, of course, as you can see, we've got this drop right here. And the players now, right on top of it, is they're from Your Killer Is. So, well, they've gone the long way around. Now, let's see, will the Elites get the hit on the Elites, or will the Elites get the hit on the Elites? Either way, it's going to be quite unique. Let's find out which way it's going to go.
You know, I was thinking to myself how I missed your recent your puns you had, you know, because you stopped making them, but I'm not so sure now.
This is going to be cold. This is going to be cold. Let's see, will they clutch it? Cold play, up it comes. Yo, Ice just gets sent back into the lobby. Yeah, well played, well played. So Unique, as I said, it was going to be Unique. I called it, and it happened. Well done, well played. All right, there we go. 15 teams remaining, 56 players, also including some cringe. And of course, now moving on up, as you can see down in that southern section, we got the African Renegades right there with the players from Shell Shock, and then of course we got the team from Relentless with them. Not too far off in the distance, but Shell Shock now cooking a few friends up, sending him right over to Believe. And I believe they missed.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming, and it still disappointed me.
The shots didn't miss at all. Now we got Puppy upstairs just trying to put those hits in. Will he get it into the team from Shell Shock? Only time will tell. Wonder also right there. 0 and the remainder of the squad. Preset. Ooh, Skittles getting claimed by something. Not sure what happened.
Yes. Yes.
But Skittles is dead now. So, well, the remainder of the Jinx team. Is it Jinx? Let me just confirm. Yes, it is Jinx. Jinx now slowly rolling up on Anonymous. But as you can see, the players over here, of course, now from the Hawks, putting those hits in the team right there next to them, being Incense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Incense. Yeah, let's go with Incense. Probably not, whatever. Here they are, putting the shots in. But let's see. Will Fireboy get that shot in? We got the Moss Crew Fatal team also just over towards the side there.
Yeah, we'll see. He's just hiding right here in the grass. They've definitely spotted him out at this point. The shots are coming through, though. Fireboy's going to land them, so he's going to stay alive for the time being. We still have Yaha, who's up in the distance there, who could potentially push him down, and he's going to go try and look for him. Hasn't pushed up just yet. Actually going to be circumnavigating all the way and actually just running away from behind, which is great. So the thirst comes in, and yeah, Yaha lives to see another day.
Yeah, no, so he's got to change his name to Yahoo now.
Yeah.
Well, he made it. All right, so the Moscow failed team, of course, right in front of him there. So let's see. Will they engage? But in the meantime, Akatsuki putting the shots right there into the dark side, blowing up their vehicle as one does. Well, Nax had a bit of a hand in that, blowing up his own team's vehicle. So well done, well played. And that is how it's done. That is how it's done. So well played.
That was very aggressive from Akatsuki. I mean, they just saw those guys and they were like, all right, it's time. And they just all hopped out of the vehicle immediately and then just went for a huge fight. Yeah,
they all just went and bounced and then shots just flying up in all directions. You can see Anonymous now also moving up. Oh, Hisoka getting taken down. Unless, of course, that's not how you say it. But Link's now moving in as well. Seeing that Akatsuki is also not the way that it's spelled, but whichever way. Ooh, there we go. Let's see, will the OG Kush Diet be able to get that hit in? They're pushing up hard. And the team, of course, right behind them there, being the players from Unique Elite. So, I mean, that is quite the sandwich to get caught into.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll see how this one plays out. Anonymous have walked up and definitely put Akatsuki in a bit of a spot. We'll see if Lynx can stay alive and maybe put some shots across. We've got a number of hits coming through. Clutch Up going to put some across. Zetsu going to be taking some fire as well. This is definitely a bullet sandwich that we haven't seen for quite some time.
Yep. So who will get it? Well, we got the Cloud just hiding behind the tree. We got Anonymous now still pushing up. Ooh, we got John. See who will get those hits. I mean, this is a pretty tough fight. And of course, if they move up too much, we'll see those shots coming in from the Unique Elite team. You know, and it's going to be pretty heated. Which is already has been so far. Anonymous getting sent into the lobby, so well done. But John, dear John, running for his life. Doing quick few push-ups as you would be doing when running around in the open field.
Yeah, of course. You got to keep pumped.
Yes.
You got to keep yourself pumped.
Yep, 100% agree. 100% agree. Can't argue with you on that one. And well, we've got 14 teams, 42 players, 43 players, 42 players. There we go. I was looking
maybe
into
even
the
41
future.
players.
I made a prediction. And it's going to go 41 now, anytime. There we go. Oish. Gridlock gets taken out once again. So I know it says Grimlock, but I'm just calling it Gridlock. It just sounds better for me. But whichever way, we've got 13 teams now, all slowly but surely making their way to prison. Sounds like a start of a really bad joke, but whatever. Here they are. Everyone just making their way across now. So let's see who will be the victors for this match. It's going to be pretty hot. You know, there's quite a bit of space left. And, well, yeah, hopefully still a lot of action. This only being the first one.
Yeah.
First match.
Yeah, I mean, we have about half a kilometer left of zone at this point. So 40 players, they've all got to get themselves inside in the zone. We've got quite a number of them moving up from the southeast, moving up towards prison. You know, definitely going to be an interesting one over there. We've got a couple of teams just off towards the side, got to make their way on in. But hopefully we start to see some congestion down there towards that point, because the prison seems to be the only sort of solid compound there remaining, you know, if the teams want to hold themselves up. So hopefully they head on in that direction, start putting those shots across.
Well, we're seeing Bloodhound over here just trying to pick up the scent. Not finding any just yet. You can see him frantically searching for those scents, not getting anything. But Phoenix, in the meantime, just well pushing on up right towards the players here from Your Killer Is. So let's see, will Phoenix be able to get it? Well, this, of course, being Hulk. Hulk all alone by his lonesome over here. The remainder of the team is already rolled up just to the south of prison there. The shots now still flying all across the board. And Hulk getting taken down now. Fantasy and Techno. Techno hurts. Yeah, Techno's hurts, whatever. Moving up as well. So let's see who's going to get it. Quite a bit of action on the southern side and as well as on the eastern side. The north not looking too hot. We've got a few teams in that section, but nothing crazy. We got Anonymous up there. We got the players from Roots, and then of course we got the team from Hawk. So those three teams sitting up in that northern section of the zone. You can see them now just doing their dance, putting those hits in, and well, the Kush diet. Let's see, will it be worth it? Is it going to work?
Well, I'm gonna wait and see. We'll see if the push diet pays off for them. They're going to be rolling up and taking quite a bit of damage as they move past, but won't be going down just yet. Let's see if they take the fight. They will be jumping straight out of that vehicle, moving up. Let's see if they're formidable enough to stop putting the hits in. I mean, OG Kush Diet's already low on HP, and now he's going to challenge 4 players.
Well, let's see. Wonder, of course, now getting a quick hit in on Zip Dog in the kill feed. So Shell Shock just tapping away, putting those shots in, and that, of course, being the team from your killer is that's moving up. But here comes the Roots. Ooh, Kush Diet. Yep, didn't pay off. They don't try it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bit unfortunate, but in any case, that zone is going to be moving on in and closing pretty soon. Of course, the Thirsts will come in. The Kush Diet goes sent back to the lobby, and well, looks like the zone's going to be shifting all the way to the south, and it's about 400 meters across. So now the teams are really going to have to slot themselves in. You got 11 teams remaining, 31 players. You can see that zone not kind to a lot of people today. And then neither will the shots be as soon as they start to come in, because these teams are definitely going to have to be fighting for the space now. Yeah,
and the zone is taking us all the way. So this is pretty much going to be a prison zone. Well, not pretty much. It is a prison zone. We've got 11 teams, 30 players still in this lobby. So let's see who will be able to get that chicken dinner. As you can see, a few more hits now coming in. Bumblebee putting those hits in the kill feed. Well, Bloodhound seems like he's picked up the trail. He is frantically searching. And, well, that is one way to get off the cliff. Quite a unique way, in fact, I must add. Unique Elite taking them down. Just blowing that vehicle up. So the players here from the Genesis Esports team, well, getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, when in doubt, drive a burning truck off a cliff.
Yes. That I mean, that's just how you do it. Or do like Shark just did here, you know, and rush up into the corner and put those hits in. I mean, either way, it just works, you know? So the Roots team now sitting on 4 kills, managing to get those hits in. And right up ahead of them, as you can see, we have the players there from Hawks. And behind them, we've got the players there from Genesis. So there's some potential for some shots to fly. And we've got the African Renegades, of course, sitting in the northern section. As you can see right there on the edge of the zone. And, well, yeah, we've got 10 teams sitting here. So it's going to be pretty tough. 26 players alive.
Yeah, definitely going to be presenting quite an interesting one. We've got some players right up close here. Hawk sort of sandwiched now. If Bloodhound or the rest of the crew there decides to push on up, they could just potentially take him out from behind. It looks like he's going to be bleeding out momentarily in any case. So, yeah, there it is. Bumblebee gets that one. And, yeah, now we've got an interesting little situation here, because the team sitting here right on top of the hill is surrounded by quite a number of teams. So there's a lot of teams surrounding them. They have the height advantage, but when you're fighting like 3 or 4 teams at once, it could get pretty difficult to hold on to your position.
Yeah, well, definitely is. And, well, let's see. Well, there's only one team currently sitting in the prison itself. That, of course, being the players there from Hawk. And all the other teams are in the surrounding area. So let's see where the zone's going to shift. I mean, that will kind of determine whether or not we're going to see a lot of action coming in from a specific area, or if it's going to stay pretty much the same and the teams just need to get into a little bit of a tighter circle. Ooh, there we have it. Well, tighter circle it is. And Unique just, of course, not just tapping away those hits.
Yeah, that's good to see. And I mean, the zone getting a whole lot smaller. Some long-range shots coming in from Clutch OP. Not getting any clutches just yet, but we'll see if he lives up to his name pretty soon. Trying to get those hits across from cliffside to cliffside. The zone has moved up quite a bit. It's about 200 meters across up towards the north. He's whipped out the SLR, I can't remember. He's going to be putting the shots across, though, with no scope. Or at least no zoom scope, as I like to call them. And, well, let's see how it pans out. We've got 8 teams, 22 players, trying to move on up in towards the space, and we've already got 4 teams basically already inside there. So the rest of the teams moving up will have to fight for a slot. They're gonna have to fight their way into the zone. Otherwise, they will be met with quite a considerable resistance.
Yeah, well, let's see how this goes. I mean, a lot of potential for some crazy hits still, and oh, pop goes the van. Well done, Phoenix, just putting those hits in. Clutch OP getting hit. Down they go. So Yaha, Yaya, whatever this This name I'm struggling with today for some other. Yeah, that one. What Pat you said. Slowly but surely now just trying to flank around, but it seems regardless of where they go, Phoenix is still there. Oh, come on. There we go. Hits coming in. It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. Yep.
This man is actually crazy.
It just went. Well done. Well played. So there we go. The players there from Roots, well, taking them down. Unique now still bombarding players all over the place. We see the team there from Hawks taking quite a bit of damage. Will it be their last and final push? Well, yeah, Unique just sent them off. So we are left with 6 teams now.
Yeah, I just realized that we need another reward to add on to our set of rewards. We need the most respectable crazy play. That's I think that's what we need to add there. Because I want to give that award to Yaya for what he just did. I like that play coming up from him, even though he instantly died.
Oh, there we go. So some hits still continuing to fly across. You can see the African Renegades now just trying to move on up here with the Roots. Ooh, Valhalla. Is it Valhalla or Vanilla? Valhalla. Up they come. Oh, Wonder coming in, doing some wonderful work there. Once again, now it's Valhalla. There we go.
It is Valhalla.
Waves now. Trying to get these raises done in waves. Will it work? Are we going to see the shots coming in? And Wonder. Ooh, no Wonder. Yep, down he goes. Shame. Bumblebee taking him down. All right. 4 teams, 12 players.
Yeah, so now we're just going to have a look and see how this one pans out. I mean, we've got a pretty stacked squad coming out from Unique and also from Valhalla's team. The Roots. Roots, there we go, that's the one. There's lots of RTs, all right, you just...
Yeah, but that's a specific RT.
Yeah, it's a very specific RT. Well, they're looking pretty stacked as well. So they've got some full teams out there, and they're going up against some stragglers. For the Renegades, it's just Poppy and Waves, and then for Phoenix, it's Asta and Bumblebee. So, yeah, they're going to have a difficult time going up against these 2 full stack teams. We'll see how it goes, especially considering we've got this hill in play as well, which could make things interesting.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Will the Renegades be the masters, or will the Roots be able to get those hits in? Bumblebee, of course, now just zooming across the map here, trying to find some angles on teams. Will it happen? Or will Bumblebee get sent back? Only time will tell. We got Rio, of course, just up ahead. Shark and Valhalla just off in the distance, still slowly but surely closing in. And, well, it seems like we've only got a few players currently sitting in zone, just waiting to see who will make it all the way in. Ooh. The shots, though, all the way up into waves. Papi, that behind the tree, lands a beautiful hit.
Yeah. Roots taking a bit of damage there, but ultimately will be returning the favor there. And Poppy going to get taken out in the end by the blue zone. Roots still taking damage from Phoenix now. We've got 3 teams remaining and 7 players at this point, and Bumblebee and Asta just playing right here at the top of the hill, leveraging their advantage for how long they can. Valhalla pretty low on HP, and the rest of the Unique team all the way down at the bottom, fighting along the wall. So they've got a bit of cover, but well, the next zone might just push them out. We'll see how it works. Oh, Bumblebee actually going to get the first initial peek, gets the first knock onto Keish. That's a little bit of power taken out of the hands of Unique for the moment, but can they get the return shots is the question.
Well, Unique looking pretty good, though. I mean, they're sitting on 3 players, 1 knocked. You know, so if they can get Keish rest up, that would be a full squad going up against a duo and a solo. So they still have a bit of a fighting chance here, you know? So, well, it ain't over till it's over. We've seen some pretty cool clutch plays. So let's see, will we see some more clutch plays? I mean, the zone, though, look at that zone. It's so tiny. You can hardly even see where it's gone. But it's right smack dab in the middle of all these teams.
Yeah, they're going to have to inch their way forward to get into this one. You can see the smoke's already being prepped, but the lack of cover definitely means that these teams are going to have to find something. Asta's looking for a little bit of an edge, a little bit of an angle. Not going to find it just yet, but the rotation's coming through. Asta going to take quite a bit of damage as Unique has the same idea. Both of them moving up here across the mountain. Ooh, the Grens are flying now. Lots of shots being taken here. Valhalla has been spotted out as well, though. Exist going to take him down. So now it's just these last two teams here, Phoenix and Unique. But who's going to get it? Unique obviously having that man advantage. They can make this happen super quickly, rushing up the hill to put the hits in.
Oh, down goes Bumblebee's all. No, never mind. I wanted to say it's all riding on Asta, and down he goes. So Unique coming in with a beautiful finish on this one, finishing with 15 kills there. Well done. Phoenix ending their play on 10 kills in second place. Of course, got the players there from the Roots coming in with 6 kills in third place. The African Renegades going home empty-handed in fourth place. We got Shell Shock in fifth. We got the team there from Genesis finishing in sixth place. We got a Hawk in seventh. So pretty good start off so far.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off the 3-round burst that we have this evening. Going into the next two, hopefully it's just as interesting. We've had some zones slanting towards the east this time, and hopefully that switches up a little bit. I want to see another zone coming out, a couple of new ones maybe in some different positions. Of course, always looking for that southern zone. Definitely an interesting one that I always like to keep hoping for in the back of my head. That always proves to be very very entertaining to watch. And I mean, even a northern zone, we've seen a couple of northern zones go up there. There's a couple of bridges in that spot as well, which we've seen some crazy action happening around. So yeah, hopefully moving over into the next two games that are coming up, we'll see a little bit more of an interesting zone, but definitely a nice way to start off the best the best of three, I think it is, because we did see a little bit more action going into the beginning.
Yeah, no, we saw some crazy shots there, and well done to the teams putting up pretty good performance. So as you mentioned, we've got 2 more rounds yet to come. So, well, it's going to get interesting as we head on over through that. And while we wait for the next one, to get underway, I think let's head on up into the break. And then we'll be back once we get the second match underway.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. All right, so game two, round two, about to get underway. It's going to be interesting. We're heading up into another Erangel match, and we got quite a few players in here, a few teams. So let's see, will we get any of that action? Hopefully, we do.
Yeah. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. I mean, we saw the trend changing just a little bit. You know, we saw a couple of bits of early action coming out there. Saw a little bit of fighting, and it was getting a lot more aggressive, just the way I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see a little bit more of that coming out. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's jump on over to the schedule for the remaining matches. Of course, we've got this one coming up now, and then the next one, which is coming up after that, which will be the final one for the evening, which is of course on your screen there. You can see taking place 21:35. Also Erangel all around. Lots and lots of fun. Nice and tiny map. Definitely one of the more comfortable ones, I think, to play on for a lot of these teams. So yeah, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for action. You know, it's like I want to see a lot of that pew happening, and you know, teams showing us what they've got and putting up the performance and giving us some action. Because yeah, aside from it being quite entertaining, it's also quite entertaining. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see if they give us the pew, but yeah, I mean, I'm really just interested to see if we see any more shenanigans going on, because we've seen a couple of those. We've seen some nice vehicle explosions, and we've seen just heading straight on off, just going around the world with his truck and trying to slam into people, which is great. I love it. Give us more of that, because that's pretty funny.
Well, there we've got our map. Talking about funny, it's the same one we had not too long ago. All right, again, we are going from Primorsk and heading over towards Malta. I don't know what's up with the game today. I think it's kind of stuck in its methods or its ways. So let's see. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a change up for this round, seeing that it's very, very almost exactly the same as what we had in the previous round. So, well, let's see how it goes, you know. I wonder if the teams are going to start dropping down in towards those same positions once again. I think the only thing that might be able to change is where that zone's going to take us, because we had quite an easterly zone in the previous round. So let's see, if we're going to have an eastern zone once more, or if, the game's going to throw it up into another, into another direction and just change things up a little bit.
Yeah, I truly hope that's the case. Really, I do, because, I take a look and I see the zone just dropping there towards the east, sort of southeast position, and it's sort of, I mean, it's all right. It seems a little bit generic. I want to see something maybe a little bit more north, so very high north, or a lot more south, because we generally don't see those zones too often, and they always end up being interesting. I mean, it's definitely one of those things that the teams have to adjust for, and we're not going to get it. Oh boy!
Oh, that's a fat rip. That's a fat rip. All right, so the map did go a little bit more towards the north than we had in the previous one. And you said just a little. You said a little north, so it went a little north.
I mean, a lot more north than that.
See, you need to specify, because that's exactly what the game gave you. It's like you said a little bit more north, and it went a little bit more north. So yeah, I mean, so things so far pretty much the same as we had in the previous match. So let's see, will the outcome of this be different from what we had? We of course have the African Renegades right here on the screen, making their way around, and we've got two teams fairly close to them. The one of which being Genesis Esports, and the other one, of course, being the players from Relentless. So, well, yeah, there's some potential once again, and we've got the players, of course, from the team, their elites, dropping down just to the south of school. Well, no, sorry, that they dropped down in Pachinki. That is technically south of school. And, of course, the players from Incense moving up in that direction as well. As you can see on the screen, currently the players here from Genesis Esports, all the teams slowly but surely trying to make their way on up in towards that, in towards the zone, which, as we saw, moved towards the east. Pretty much the same once again. So, yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just having a look and seeing on the map. We've got a concentration of players off towards the west coast. We've got a concentration off towards the east coast, and then we have some players concentrated towards the middle of the map. So that is sort of the layout that we're currently having a look and seeing. And I mean, yeah, I guess we're just gonna wait and see where the fights start to break out, because once again we might just have a bit of a slow start unless the teams on the either coast or in the middle start to take some fights. But from what we've seen in the past couple of matches, I mean, the trend does seem to be a little bit more towards the passive, spread out, get yourself set up, wait for the zone to do something sort of play.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. I mean, so the only thing lacking in concentration at the moment is the different setups on the map, seeing that it's the same zone and flight path. But now the African Renegades caught out in the open here. You can see relentlessly pushing up. We got Solmar getting that quick hit in on waves. Got Papi off in the distance. Nick just hiding behind the wall here, possibly getting ready to move on up towards Papi. So it's going to be quite interesting. Let's see how this goes. You can see Nick now pushing up in the distance there. Oh, puts the hit straight in towards Papi. Down they go. So the African Renegades off to a really rocky start.
Yeah, and at least there's some nice early fights happening. I like to see it. Definitely one of the better things to happen off. But we need a little bit more of that. I'd like to see a couple more teams start to take some fights, maybe. Just to spice things up a little bit. I think at this point, if I were playing and I saw the zone just land in the same place again after having the same flight path, I'd probably just be like, all right, let's do something crazy. Let's all just jump into vehicles and see how many people we can knock over.
Well, that'd be interesting to watch, though, I must say.
Yeah.
Like having like a PUBG, GTA kind of run happening,
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be quite interesting to watch.
Yeah, you like 10 points per knock. You get so you can just roll around the map, and see how long it takes before you get exploded.
Yeah, well, speaking about exploded, you can see we got a few teams also now getting a little bit close and comfy in the zone. That, of course, being the team there from the Roots. And, well, the other team that we've got there right with them, that, of course, well, once I can get into my list once again. Yes, there we go. Your Killer is right there next to them. We've got Akatsuki off to the side over towards that southeastern part. And, well, there we go. Your Killer is now just dancing around here with Roots. Who will be the one to get the shots? Will Your Killer is be able to get it in?
No, we'll see. Roots just a little bit in the forest. They're happily just looking for fairies, maybe a portal to another dimension, potentially some houses made out of sweets.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet, I must say. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
I thought you were gonna give us some cringe.
No, I mean that was it. I mean you're pretty much you're the cringe master. I'm just the
there we go. And I'm just checking. Well, we see the team here from Roots now closing in on Yasnaya, where we've got the players from Darkside lying in wait. Some of them are lying down, others are just waiting. So let's see. Maybe they'll give us some shots. But, well, here we have it. The team also now, of course, from Incense, making their way around over in Watertown. No one really there to contest them. We're waiting for the zone to shift up. As you can see, the blue zone, of course, closing in fairly slowly. And hopefully the next shift will move up into somewhere that is going to really force these teams together. But we might have a little bit of that happening over in the Yasnaya section.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, that is exactly what's happening.
The best thing that could possibly happen is a northern zone location up towards the Yasnaya Bridge, because then I would be happy.
Well, here we go. Akatsuki now just rushing up over towards the Roots. Here we go, taking down Enigma. So there's now, well, a few more players left there from the Roots team. In fact, 3 of them. You can see Balala, Rio, and Shark. And, well, down goes Cloud. Will they be able to get more hits in? We get, I don't know. I'm struggling with the Akatsuki players' names. Zetsu, Lynx, and Hisoka. There we go. I got it. Link's just dropping some nades. Let's see. That's probably a smoke. I guess it is. Yes, it is. There we are.
Well,
So
if it
let's
wasn't,
see.
that
Will
would
they
have been
be?
a bit tragic.
That would have been a fat rip. I would have laughed uncontrollably for a short time. But we see the team from Darkside also now moving out of Yasnaya, heading off into the direction of where we've got these two teams just battling it out. And well, we might very well just rolling right up in towards the Darkside there. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. We got Mr. Nax there with his DP. We got Matic. We got Grimlock or Gridlock, whichever way. Same one. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting. Hoping for these shots from the dark side to come in. I mean, this is our next bit of action. You know, 3 teams close together. We've got Akatsuki now rolling all the way over towards that far western side of the zone. Well, of Yasnaya, my bad. Let's see. Will Valhalla be able to get it in?
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about far western side of anything, we've got like 2 or 3 teams on the far western side of the entire map caught in the blue zone at the moment. The zone has already shifted up, and thankfully it's gone north, which is great, or at least more north than ever before in the last couple of games. So it is at least a little bit more interesting, and we're definitely going to see some shots being exchanged. Yeah, definitely not small enough to really squish the teams together just yet, but at least it's small enough to coax in a couple of rotations and get the players to slot themselves inside the zone, which is good. I mean, that definitely brings them a little bit more close in proximity, but I'm really needing that zone to move just a bit faster because the teams need a lot of encouragement, it seems, to really start those fights, because they seem quite comfortable to be where they are, sitting in the middle of the zone, getting themselves nice and comfy in one of the compounds or one of the houses, just sitting there, you know, waiting. They're like, yeah, it's cool, we out here, we're still alive, no one's really contesting us, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like one of the things is, you know, it's sort of a case of, are you happy with the gear you've got? Okay, cool. So now we wait till the final zone. We end up with a whole lot of teams in the final zone, and then it becomes a bit of a slugfest, a bit of a chaotic one. Or you can get yourself kitted up and say, all right, we're good to go. And you could start doing what I think Temper does quite a bit, and a couple of the other teams that are very much towards the top, you know, in terms of standings overall in any of the leagues. They do this sort of hopping thing where they go from one compound to another. They find a team there, they take them out, you know, they loot themselves back up, kit themselves out, and then move on again. Find another team in another compound somewhere, take them out, move up. And they're doing it in such a way that they're not just going wherever they want. They're heading in towards the zone, or they're getting themselves centralized. I mean, I think I saw one time Temper take out like 4 or 5 teams in a row, just getting in towards a good spot in zone. And it really helped them, because when the final zone came along, they were perfectly inside of it and they could defend it. And I mean, that's what I want to see a little bit more of. I want to see these teams start to, you know, just hop in towards the zone bit by bit, take out a team, you know, not play so passive. I mean, you can play passive. It's not, you know, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. But it does mean that some of those final or later zones are a little bit more chaotic and a little bit less controllable.
Yeah. Well, we still have Darkside and Akatsuki right here with each other. We got the team there from Roots also now slowly but surely moving in from their western position. And well, then we got Jinx, we got the players from Shell Shock, we got Oxy as well as Unique sitting in that southern part, Phoenix, and the players there from, I think it's Hawk. Yeah, Hawk heading on up in from the south, pushing in towards the zone. We got Elites making their way in. We got the players, of course, also from Incense over in Watertown still, as you can see on the map there. And well, slowly but surely, these players are starting to converge in towards the zone. Hopefully, they'll all, you know, hit kind of the same spot so we can see the action. Because at the moment, it's going a little bit slow. You know, we started off with 15 teams. We still have 15 teams. We started off with 50, well, something players. We have only said goodbye to 6, 7.
Yeah. 7 or 8, yeah.
6. Yeah, we said goodbye to 6 players. So only 6 players have died in the past 13 minutes and 40 seconds. So we still have all our teams in play. And, well, we're hoping for action. I mean, come on. We need the action now. We've been waiting for close to 14 minutes, and we need to see those squad wipes coming in. We need to see those teams pushing up. And, well, we might actually be seeing that over here in Yasnaya. As you keep an eye on that mini-map up in the top right corner there. You see the team slowly but surely moving up. We got Genesis coming in. This is only the beginning. Come on. Yes! The shots flying across. Dano Ripper. That's an interesting name. Well, yeah, let's hope that the players kind of continue this trend and we can keep seeing those shots going on, you know, because, well, we're moving up in towards our 4th zone now. The 3rd one is now coming to an end. And, well, we're moving in with 15 teams.
Yeah, I mean, the zone still large enough. I mean, it's just under 2,000 meters. It's 2,000 meters, 200 meters. I don't know. It's still big. You know, we still got like 2Ks in there. We still chilling. It's Archer. You know what I'm saying? We Archer. It's good. What I'm really waiting for is that next zone to drop. The blue zone is pushing out. Teams are somewhat concentrated, so I'm hoping that the next zone shift will encourage them in together, start putting the shots across, and yeah, hopefully we'll see some decisive takes. I mean, Yasnaya is definitely building. You can see the pressure coming up slowly but surely, just building and growing as the team's looking to put the hits across. You can see a couple of shots are flying, but I'm really waiting for the fights to start in earnest.
Yeah, there hasn't been much just yet. I mean, well, the zone is about to shift. Let's see this blue zone coming in, and drum roll, please. Oh, there we go. All right, so it's moving out into that little piece of field. They no name particularly, but as you can see, it's just towards well, that northeast of school, the apartment buildings near school. So let's see which of these teams are going to move in and will try and get a good position. Or will we see the team there from Makatsuki and Darkside still continuing their battle over in Yasnaya, seeing that the zone is now shifted and, well, they kind of need to get up in towards zone?
Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be a bit of a choice coming on here, and it'll have to happen relatively soon as that timer is ticking very quickly. The shots from Mexi now at the moment trying to go in there. You can see he's just trying to put them in, but can he recover in time? He'll find Duffy, so at least the shots will connect, but instantly gets taken down.
Yeah, Kono is stepping up once again. I mean, well, we've seen some pretty good performance here by Kono throughout the past few matches. So well done, well played. And Hawk now, you know, moving up here on the Oxy team. It's great to see the action once again. It's like we've missed it a little bit, you know? It's like being reminded of what it's like. Here we go, shots flying up, those nades coming in. And, well, yeah, let's see. Will Hawk be able to clutch this out, or will it go to the Oxy team?
Well, we're about to find out as AKM is moving up in towards the house, looking to just clear it out, moving up the stairwell, popping those grins in as well, just trying to clear it out. But for the moment, Akatsuki also going to be moving up, and it looks like they're enjoying just hopping out of their vehicle and preying on innocent people.
Innocent, I'll argue with, but either way, that was pretty good approach that they took there. You know, just catching them by surprise. And well, as you can see, your killer is battling it out now with the players here from Darkside. It's a pretty tough spot, and a nice few additions with these random vehicles standing all over the place. You know, providing some pretty good cover for the teams then to utilize. And well, it's going to be interesting seeing that we've got the gunfire coming in from all directions. The team, of course, also there from Jinx now, just tapping away, trying to land some of those shots over towards Darkside. And well, your killer is now slowly but surely moving up bit by bit. We've got Akatsuki, as you can see, rolling up in the distance there as well. And it's great to see that the teams have all pretty much gotten their rotations done. Everyone pretty much in zone.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this next shift. I'm hoping it's you know, a little bit too close for comfort, and so we can see those teams just battling it out. Well, because we've got a Hawk now just trying to find those hits in and on Oxy, but Oxy seems to be avoiding them quite a bit. Just popping out the windows, and well, Hawks are just shooting it up in the smoke here, doing quite a bit of damage to the walls.
Yeah, those walls are definitely going to be feeling it for the time being, though. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see these teams, they've got their rotations down there. They're quite proficient at that. They're just waiting for them to get a little bit more aggressive. And I like actually what's coming out from Akatsuki time and again. They like to just roll up on people in their vehicle, just jump out and ambush them, which is actually quite nice. It's quite fun to watch. So at least that's happening. We'll see if we see a little bit more of that, hopefully. Of course, that blue zone now slowly making its way in, going to be closing up relatively soon, and now the pressure is definitely on. Now we can definitely feel it building. Let's see if it starts to boil over.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping for it to boil over, because you know we've been due for a few fights for some time now, and we're only sitting on 13 teams now, so we've only said goodbye to 2. So your killer is popping a quick gren there, getting that hit in on Gridlock, Grimlock, same one. Right, oh, will they get these hits in on? No, there we go. Yay, Dark Side getting taken out. Well done, well played. Well, some great shooting coming in from Unique, and of course the players there from Your Killer is. So some great shots all over the place. We see the team, of course, here now. This being the players from Incense, putting those hits into Tiny. Whoa. I mean, Tiny getting caught with his eye on the scope in the wrong direction, and Astana trying to roll on up. Will Joker get it? He's the only hopeful for his team. Nope, down he goes. Well done to Hulk.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tough situation to be in, getting sandwiched from a number of sides, but that's what we've been waiting for. Now Jinx is rolling up to Phoenix, potentially going to be putting some hits into their back as they're rolling up over the hill, trying to get in towards that zone, which is slowly closing up. So we'll see if they manage to make it in time. You can see the hits coming in. Phoenix has to respond. They've got a lot of work to do. They're going to have to try and put in quite a number of hits into the team that's moving over the hill. Jinx trying to move up, some shots going through Asta, trying to hold on here. Can he land the hits, though? It's close.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite close. And well, we got Melo right there in front of him. And will it happen? We got Dan the Ripper. Oh no, hasta la vista. Off he goes into the lobby. So that is a wrap up. Phoenix getting sent off. We see the team from, the team from Oxy just battling it out now with Shell Shock. Will they be able to? No, Wonder coming in with a beautiful gren there, sending them packing. Well played. Yep, no, that was definitely a slam dunk. All right, so 7 teams, 23 players still alive.
Yeah, it's definitely looking a little bit more spicy now. We're definitely seeing those shots come across the fights happening a little bit more consistently now, which is definitely great. And of course, that blue zone starting to move in, definitely going to limit the space here, which is already relatively limited. You can see the teams just playing it a little bit safe at this point, and well, let's see where the fights start to break up, because all of them seem to have just rushed off towards the edges. They don't want to move in. They're a little bit too afraid of getting knocked out at this point. They're just trying to use that cover to stay alive. Let's see how long it holds out.
Well, we'll definitely see. And then once again, we got 2 elites in this lobby. Some shots now still flying up. Ooh, up in the north, there's also some hits going off. Oh, there we go. So, well, we just said goodbye to Genesis. So Dan the Ripper gets sent off to the lobby. So we are left with 6 teams. You can see we got the elites off in the distance there. We got the players from Relentless sitting comfortably in zone. We got Unique Elite also now coming in from that eastern side. We got the players from Hawks putting up a few hits from that southeastern side. Shell Shock sitting in the south. And then, of course, we got Jinx all the way up in the north. So let's see. Well, I wonder if you're going to see kill feed in the kill feed.
Yeah, well, I mean, certainly, definitely going to be found there at some point. But I really, really love the zone. It's moved up right to the center, which is pushing the teams closer together, which is great because that leaves them all on equal footing. And so the people who take the advantage, take the aggression, will be going to be coming out on top there. So let's see how this one pans out, because we do see Unique getting a little bit aggressive here, trying to take over this this house. Yeah,
well, it'd be great to see that aggression coming in, because, you know, aside from the fact that, you know, they kind of have no other option other than to move on in towards zone, it's great to see the teams actually purposefully moving up and trying to push in, you know, trying to get those hits, trying to get that position. And at the current moment, the players that are sitting here, you know, they do have a pretty good spot. Relentless does have, you know, they really do have a pretty good position, and the teams seem to be fighting it out for this placement. Or rather for the positioning there, and well, yeah, it's giving us some nice bits of action coming in. Oh, Jinx though. Oh, ice off of the side. I mean, that was a pretty well played section right there. The players there from the elites just popping those hits in, and with that, we are down to 5 teams.
Yeah. 5 teams remaining, but still, of course, we have Unique moving up here, just putting the pressure on, putting the hits in, trying to get shell-shocked a little bit kept on their toes at this point as they're trying to assault this side of the map, which a lot of teams seem to be congressing on right now, so this could become quite the firefight to end things out for these last 5 teams.
Well, let's see how this goes. I mean, it's going to be tough. This next zone shift is going to make it super interesting. So we'll see which team then has the zone in their favor. And as you can see, Shell Shock now just trying to get the, you know, the reses into their wounded. So they're sitting on 3. It's preset 0 and Wonder. Wonder, of course, now about to get resed up. 0 just hiding in the bush, going at that hide and go seek title. So let's see. Oh, Unique putting kill feed in the kill feed. That is what we want to see. And someone now the last hope for left. Will Cage get it? Yes. Well done. There we go. 3 teams remaining. Elite, Unique Elite, and then Shell Shock.
Well, who would have thought? So we've got both of our elite teams here in the final top 3 towards this final zone, and of course, Shell Shock now need to make the rotations up in towards the north, where that zone is, and of course, where Elite is sitting relatively comfortable. Unique Elite do have to move up just slightly, but they can definitely put the hits in, and they're certainly going to be doing that. Ice going to be the first one to drop there, so they're already putting the pressure on. Shell Shock just looking on in the distance, maybe to get some third parties. Hawk going to put some hits in towards Candy. So already the shots not coming through, but can Elite hold on?
Well, we'll find out soon enough, but you know, it's not like it's going to be an easy fight because there's so many shots just flying up in all directions, and well, Unique definitely putting up quite a bit of a challenge there for the elites.
Yeah, it certainly is preset. Well, he's going to get the hits into exist. So even though Shell Shock is down on the manpower, they're still making themselves as much of a nuisance as possible, trying to just become a thorn in the side of these teams here, trying to fight it out. The 2 elites trying to knock one another out. They're going to turn their attention over towards Shell Shock as they make their rotation, but they're coming in via car. They're going to have to get the hits in quite quickly, moving up towards the tree. They want to get it blown up. You can see the shots coming through. One, they're going to get hit, but Typical goes down next as well.
I'm just waiting to see how this one is going to unfold. As there's, well, everyone is now just moving in our final 2 teams. We got the elites and we got the elites going up against each other.
Yeah.
The shots flying up all over the place. You can see Hawk now just trying to creep on forward. Oh. Man, oh man. Come on, come on. You can do it. Who will get it? Will it be Elite or will it be Unique Elite? One of these 2 elite teams will get it. We've got a few knocks on either side. Well, we've got Elite sitting still on a full squad. 4 players. Everyone is up, moving about. We got the team there from Unique Elite. I don't think there's only 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, look at this grin.
Either time. Ooh, slam dunk. What a way to finish it off.
Wow, Ice coming in. Well, I don't know. Well, it was BL Ice, not Elite Ice. But either way, Ice. Well done. They got 11 kills in that one. So beautiful finish. Putting that nade right up in towards Unique. So beautiful done. Beautiful finish. Well done. There we go. That's more complete. And Unique, of course, now coming in with 12 kills for their finish. So 11 kills, 12 kills. And then we've got Shell Shock with their 3 kills in 3rd place. With the players there from Relentless, of course, sitting in 4th place with 2 kills. Then, of course, we got the Hawks in 5th with 1. We got Jinx in 6th place. We got Genesis in 7th. We've got Akatsuki in 8th place. We got Oxy in 9th. I'm predicting the future. You'll see. Just wait. Let me try something here.
He's using your mind powers.
Yes, or my mime powers. I don't know which is going to work best, but either way, then of course you got the players there from Oxy in 9th place. You got Phoenix sitting in 10th place. We got the players from Incense. There we go. In 11th. We got the players from Your Killer Ears in 12th place. The Dark Side in 13th. We got the Roots sitting in 14th. And then, of course, the African Renegades sitting in 15th place. So there we go. There we have it. That is our standings for the match. Well, our placements for the match, rather. Let's call it that. Yeah. So, interesting finish. We got one more to go. You know, it's interesting seeing the elites going up against the elites. You know, that is also always what you want to see. I guess.
I mean, yeah, I'm not too sure what to read into that, but okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yes,
it's nice to see. It's nice to see. So yeah, hopefully we end it with a bang. I mean, that was a great way to end off the match. Just a slam dunk, red, just tossed straight in, really well played, just boom, straight on in.
Technically, we did end it with a bang.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. In any case, hopefully the next one is just as entertaining because it is going to be the final one for the evening.
Yeah, so well, there we go. Let's head on up into the break while we wait for our last match to get underway. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Right, so we are getting into our final match of the evening. Batchy,
Hello.
let's hope for some action, and let's hope for a zone that does not go to the east.
There you go. There you go. I got you, squad. Yeah, let's hope for a zone that does not go to the east, because we've seen too much of that. Last one at least went a little bit north, but like it really needs to switch stuff up now. Like I want to see a different zone going somewhere else, and I want to see a flight path going somewhere else. I don't want to see any of this. I don't want to see any of this south and east and whatever.
So, well, we'll see how it goes. So you don't want a southern flight path. You want something that's more north or going anywhere else. And then, of course, a zone that goes anywhere other than east. So that is what we are hoping for. Let's see if that is what we'll get. We got 1 minute left we're about a minute or so to go before we'll find out if that is going to be true. If the game will finally give us something else. Well, really hoping that we do. And then, of course, we're hoping to see that aggression from the team's side coming out. Because that is what we want to see, We've been waiting for so long to have those teams, bring the aggression, bring us that action. And we need to see those hunter teams. We need those hunter teams.
Yeah, it's. I think we definitely do need to see that coming out. I think I mentioned in the last one that one of the nice things that I saw coming out of Akatsuki was that they were just sort of riding around their car, jumping out, ambushing people, and then just jumping back in and doing the same. That's what I want to see, but more and on a bigger scale. I want to see lots of teams do that. We're coming into the final match of the evening. I say just go for it. Just floor it, no cap, whatever. Just go for it.
Just go ham. Just go ham on the match. Show us. Oh yes. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. We got a different flight path. So that's great. Cutting straight through the central part of the map, which is fantastic. That is what we want to see. So there we go. Taking us from the Sosnovka military base and heading up to north of North George, or east of Zaki, or west of shooting range, whichever way around you want to call it. That's where it's heading. Right up in towards that northern section of the map there, and let's hope that the zone goes accordingly.
Yeah, well, at least they're going to have access to the entirety of the map as they so choose. It's going to be pretty easy to drop down into any of those hotspots that they like to get into. I think, that zone just needs to follow suit. Now, step 1 completed. Step 2 has yet to be announced, but well, hopefully it's a good one. I want to see it literally anywhere else at this point. Other than East. Yeah.
And then, of course, we're waiting for that action. We want to see, a little bit more aggression coming in, It's fine playing passive, but, I mean, we need aggression as well.
Passive has its place, Passive play has its place. Aggressive play has its place. But I think that, both need to work in tandem to be, if you want to be a nicely balanced, well-rounded team, and that's really going to get you, because that's what you're looking for at the end of the day. You want the consistency. We talk a lot about it when it comes to points. Consistency this, consistency that. But how do you get consistency? Well, that's how you do it. You have to learn exactly how and when to be passive and when to be aggressive. And I am going to just lose my mind if I see any more of these zones.
You know what? Consistency that's what happens when you're talking about consistency, because that is what we get: a consistently Eastern match zone. That is what we get. Welcome to PUBG Mobile. We are here and hoping that, we see some interesting shifts at least coming in from the zone, because we have the players right over here from Incense right there with the team from Hawk. So, we are bound for some early game action, and let's hope that that is exactly what they'll be giving us. Seeing that we also have teams in other places, but Adonis cooking this Gren. Where is he going to send it? Well, next door, and will it be... Yes, it is! Lands right there on Fireboy. So, some great start. Well, a great start to the match.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, for most of the PUBG matches that we see, it's like you always get a different zone. The flight path, shifts up. It's never the same game, right? It's never the same match every single time. That's what makes it so good, and that's why consistency is important, because you need to adapt and perform consistently under circumstances that are constantly changing from game to game. But if this is going to happen every single time, Why?
Oh man, this is so funny. Like, yeah, this is I'm enjoying this. This is quite entertaining, you know. Yeah, this is a fat rip though, but whatever. There it is. And well, let's see. You know, the teams have changed up things ever so slightly, seeing that the flight path was a slight bit different. We see a few teams moving up in towards South and North George, and we're seeing those hits coming in, of course, now from Dark Side. They're just putting those shots across. But, you know, heading on over towards the eastern side of the map, things are pretty much still the same there. But, you know, a lot of action, in fact, now happening over right there in Yasnaya as well. So you can see the team there. Well, Akatsuki now down to their last hopeful. So we might not see a lot of, you know, vehicle surprise attacks.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a shame.
But the Hawks are now just pushing on up, putting those shots right into the players here from Incense. So let's see, will Incense and Hawks be able to settle this? Who will get it? Who will claim Watertown as their own? Put their name on it. Plant their flag. Who will it be?
Well, I mean, I'm not too sure about that one, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see who claims the territory for themselves. We've got quite a number of teams up there in North and South George, so potentially we'll see some fights happening there. Maybe, hopefully. But you know what? I'm just gonna call it now. I think the game's. I think the game's just. I think it's just broken.
Well, we know certain aspects of the game is going to be broken. I don't think we've seen any of that in particular today just yet.
Except
but,
the zone.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll get it. We'll get to that one later. So we've got the players from Oxy and Jinx over in school. We've got the Hawks and well, the team there from Incense over in Watertown. We got the players from Elites up in Pachinki. The Dark Side now just closing in on the players here from Akatsuki. Well, Akatsuki making a nice comeback there, managing to get you know, the whole team all raised up and everyone ready. And well, let's see. Are they going to stick around or are they going to try and push? Or will we see them rolling out, heading off into another position or another compound, another area?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we see that start happening pretty soon. Of course, we do have a team from Phoenix down in towards that military island, so they're going to be sitting quite happily all alone down in that position. We're just going to have a look and see if any of the fights break out anywhere else in some of the more populated regions. Oh, a couple of shots coming through, so maybe we'll see something here with Akatsuki.
Yeah. Well, Hisoka and Zetsu now making their way around. Let's see, will Hisoka be able to get any hits in? Not a lot of armor for these teams, though. As you can see, we got only a select few of them, you know, managing to find some armor. So it definitely changes things up, you know, makes it a little bit more interesting. And Gunmatic now on the prowl, just searching for Cloud. Ooh, there we go. Finds that hit on Zetsu. So there's only one player now remaining for Akatsuki. No, never mind. They're all, well, yep, there we go. So off they go. Lobby it is. So Akatsuki getting taken out there by Darkside, but the shots are now flying up from Jinx right over towards Oxy. So this is our next section of fighting that we're going to be witnessing. So let's see. Hopefully they're going to turn up the heat there, because you can see Darkside now just doing their victory run up into Milk Road. That's strange. Never, well, they changed up the map, so it makes sense because I've never before seen that name on the building, but whatever.
Yeah.
There we go. So Milk Road it is for Gunmatic.
I mean,
Gunmanting.
yeah, Gunmanting. Got to keep your bones strong, you know. Got to head over to Milk Road, make sure everything's. Got to get your calcium intake there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just move along from there.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, Kono getting hit. So Jinx already starting the fight here over in school. So this is our only two teams that we've got close enough to be battling it out left in the zone. We're waiting for the remainder of the teams to start rolling on up. But as you can see, Jinx now, they're just pushing up straight towards the players there from Oxy. Duffy just on the side here of the wall. Oh, but Hound just sniffs him out and puts those hits right in. Well, we are down to, well, Kono and Myth. Myth, of course, now also getting taken out, so everything is riding on Kono. Will Kono be able to get it? Ooh, it gets, well, a quick knock and thirst so far. Oh, gets caught reloading. I mean, yeah,
that was close.
Pretty tough one. But well played to Jinx.
Yeah. Yep, they're going to be keeping the fights going, which is great. And we're seeing a lot more fights happening a lot earlier on than we were seeing in the previous ones, which is really, really good to see. I love seeing a bit of aggression coming out there. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of it. And I think we will, because the teams having to rotate up now will be moving in similar directions. You can see them moving in there from the west and the northwest positions, moving down into some already preoccupied areas. So we'll see if the shots do start or continue to ring out here. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where the zone moves, or hoping that I can look forward to seeing where the zone shifts up into, because it needs to go literally anywhere else at this point. Like, I want to see it go up into maybe Yasnaya Bridge, or maybe towards the west, because that would be the center of the map, which we haven't really seen as much of. That would be nice.
Well, we will find out pretty soon. As you can see, that blue zone almost completely closed in. And, well, there we go. The Hawks now right there behind your killer is. So let's see, will they be able to put any hits in, or will we see your killer is, pulling up the handbrake and, having a quick stop over just to tap off a quick few shots. Several teams, in fact, now rolling up from that section. So, well, let's have a look, see. Oh, Selma running right over Bloodhound. There we go. Dan the Ripper also getting hit by Nick. Well done. Some great shooting and driving as well.
Yeah, that was some nice, quick, fast, furious action sort of stuff going on there, and some nice shots from Nick, gonna close things out as well. So yeah, they kept a really good handle on all of that crazy driving stuff.
Yeah, well done. And, well, we are down to 12 teams now, 42 players left. You can see the players from the Hawks just trying to find the angle on your killer is. And, of course, they're not alone. We've got a few teams sitting towards the south, but everyone's slowly but surely still trying to get on up in towards that zone. So let's hope that the Hawks and your killer is will wrap this fight up, or, or give us some action. Because, well, yeah, it's a fairly even balanced two teams over here, your killer is and Hawks, 3v4. So we might get a little bit of nice action there coming in. yeah, we could definitely see some nice action coming in there. Definitely a lot of teams concentrated towards the western side of that free zone, so could potentially be finding themselves in quite a number of firefights before they get in towards the zone, which would be really good. I mean, the concentration of players there towards the west is really looking good. Hopefully they don't spread out. I want to see the action. I want to see it closed out nice and quick. Get a whole bunch of teams knocked out very, very quickly. We only have 12 remaining, so hopefully the fights start to break up, and we do see the teams moving up towards the middle as well, just positioning themselves inside that zone. But the majority of them still sitting towards the west. Well, so let's see. That zone closing in once again, and the Hawk AKM now rolling off way into the distance there. Not quite sure why, but your killer is now just putting the hits, and you can see AKM getting hit in the process. But there we go. Enigma now just tapping the shots away at the players here, of course, from Incense. And, well, there goes Yaha, or Yaya, or whatever. What's the name, Patch? Yeah. There we go. That's how you say it. The opponent's now getting hit there by Enigma. The shots still just flying in. And the elites, as you can see, also moving up in the distance there. And the African Renegades also not too far away, just sitting over in, well, towards that northeastern side. No. Ooh. Ish. Yeah. Well, there we go. Down. Feels bad. Yeah, well, Incense getting sent to that lobby. And, well, we see the Hawks also now about, taking a bit of damage there. As you can see, Akib now getting taken out by the blue zone. We got AKM still way out, and Mexi now potentially rolling up towards the African Renegades. Yep, so let's see how this one plays out. Let's see if these teams can make it happen. We've got quite a number still here towards the west. Of course, the Renegades here, with the majority of the force trying to put the hits across, and you can see that zone making its way in as well. So hopefully the next zone rotation is good, because that's what I'm waiting for. It doesn't look like it will be, though, knowing this zone. Gonna head down towards the southeast, so a little bit more east. Too much east this time around than I like, but let's see if the Renegades can put the shots in. Well, we might potentially end up with a prison finish once again for this match. So let's see how it goes. The teams have quite some distance to cover to make it all the way across into that area. Nakatsuki Well, sorry, wrong number. Jinx. There we go. So I could only see the number and I misread it for a quick second. We got Jinx rolling right past the Shell Shock team. There, as you can see, the players here from Roots now heading on up into a zone. We got Phoenix already sitting quite comfortably in zone, putting a few hits over towards the players there from Relentless, as everyone's now making their way in, and we're waiting to see what the Hawks are going to do. Still battling it out over here with the African Renegades, putting those hits right into waves, and all BTS just up their head still. So, well, maybe Mexi might be able to clutch it out.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. He is right here. Just playing behind this rock, seeing if he can see any of the players peeking out. Going to be juicing up as well. The Grens are going to be sent out, but they won't connect. His little Rocky is going to be protecting him for the time being, but the blue zone definitely won't be. And that's going to be quite a difficult one to play around. That car explosion going to do quite a bit of damage, and now they're in a little bit of a pickle.
Yep, no, that's a pretty tough pickle to be in. And wow, the shots now coming in there from Phoenix as well. We're seeing the teams all converging on that western side of the zone. A few of them now just putting those hits across. You can see Shell Shock and your killer is right here, just battling it out back and forth. And well, they've got one player down, that being Technos. And well, maybe they might be able to clutch it out. You can see Phoenix now just putting those shots into Relentless. And while the Hawks going down one by one, your killer is now just trying to outrun the players there from Shell Shock. It seems like they might be heading up into a zone.
Yeah, definitely seems to be that way, and that's probably a decent decision at this point. You know, the zone has moved up. You need to take your fights elsewhere because that zone is looking pretty cold. It's a merciless killer, as we know. You don't want to be caught out there at all, and it looks like a lot of teams will be if they keep the fight going, so they're just going to be moving up as quickly as they can, heading off in towards that zone, trying to keep themselves alive and just get secured. We've got 10 teams remaining. Still got a pretty decent amount of space for the teams to play in, so not going to be pressed for space, but hopefully they keep the fights going.
Well, we'll definitely find out how this goes. I mean, we got 10 teams, 32 players in play. A few of them still out in that blue zone, but we've got the shots now coming up here from the dark side as the players start rolling on up. That, of course, being the players there from Roots, and Gunmatic putting some hits in. Oh, gets the hit in on Rio. Let's see, will they be able to take any more shots? We got the team here from Shell Shock now out in the blue zone, needing to cover quite a bit of ground to make it all the way up in towards zone. We're sitting on 30 players. You can see Darkside now just tapping several more hits over towards the team there from Roots. But it seems like Roots just managing to escape the shots. And of course, we got that drop coming down right there in prison. And we've only got one player in zone, that of course being Unique. Keish, our only zone player so far. Here we go. As you can see, the players from Elites now pushing up once again. So we're just waiting on all these teams to make their push into a zone. You can see Shell Shock now heading on up, and the shots now flying up from African Renegades right over towards the players there from Your Killer Is.
Yeah, let's see if the Renegades can find anything here. They will have to put themselves in pretty quickly. It looks like they're going to be hopping into that vehicle, just zoning up, making sure they're getting into that zone. And we've got a number of players once again concentrated up towards the sort of northwestern section. So lots and lots of players just jumping up into a very small area.
Yeah, well, and we also have Phoenix now turning up the aggression, which is something we've been waiting for a little while now. And well, there we go. Let's see, will they be able to get it done here with the Elite?
Well, we're about to find out. Have a look and see.
Well, there's only one, and we've got the blue zone coming in as well. So, you know, if worse comes to worse, they need to get those rotations sorted and start moving up. But Ice is now, of course, just moving in. Wasn't this the grenade master?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Yeah. Well,
they
finished up with a bang. Yeah, they finished with a bang. So let's see. Well, there we go. So Ice now just rolling up. There we go. Managing to kind of roll his vehicle down the hill there. Well, it's probably not too bad, but the shots are now still flying up here from the African Renegades. Relentless also putting a quick few hits in. So, well, Your Killer Is and Relentless as well as Phoenix are still needing to make their way up in towards that zone.
Yeah. just going to have to make their way on in there. Looks like the teams will be slowly moving up, just surrounding themselves around the perimeter of that zone. Of course, we have 9 teams remaining here. We've got 22 players left. They're going to be fighting to see who can get that chicken for the final game of this evening.
Yeah, well, Ching Chicken is especially nice. It's much better than just plain chicken. So, well, yeah, we'll definitely see who'll get the Ching Chicken. We got Darkside and the players, of course, they're from, well, that being the team from Your Killer is just there in the prison area as well, just over towards the east from where we currently are. And, well, the African Renegades lone survivor being Mr. Believe. Trying to find the angle there on a relentless. We have just up ahead. Solma is not the only one, though. Nick has rolled up all the way down in towards the west. So let's see, will Believe be able to get that Ching Chicken? Or will it be one of the other teams?
We're about to find out pretty soon. Renegade's going to be taking some hits. Believe goes down. Selma gets the hit in. Tiny going to be taken down as well. Hulk trying to put the hits across. They're just using this rock for cover. Trying to find the elites. So the heads are spotted, but some damage is being taken. Grimlock on the hunt for God. He's going to find him.
Well done, though. Pretty good jump shot that he got there in Darkside. Just tapping the hits away in that zone, of course, now shifting up once again, heading over towards, well, the far western side of the zone. So Darkside definitely needs to cover quite a bit of ground, and they need to go through Your Killer Is to get on up into that section. So let's see, will they be able to successfully continue slaughtering the remainder of Your Killer Is, or, well, will they just keep on driving? And Phoenix and the players here from the elites still putting those shots across, and, well, that zone about to move in. So if the elites don't get their rotations sorted, they might very well succumb to the blue.
Yeah, especially considering there are teams absolutely waiting for them to come in here, just waiting for them to push up so they can get those hits in. Definitely going to be really difficult. They're going to have to rotate very far around, and it looks like that's what the decision is. Just trying to move up and see if they can get any free space just up there towards the north and the east. There's a little bit more room to play with there, but not much. They're going to have to move quickly. There's already a couple of teams inside that zone as well, so things are getting tighter and tighter as time progresses here. Going to see who can hold on.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be battling it out in the lumberyard, you know, so it's going to be an interesting way to finish off the match. We're sitting with 18 players, 8 teams still alive. A lot of solos and stragglers left here, so, well, we've got that lone drop coming out all the way outside of zone, which is always fantastic to see the game just taunting the players there, or mocking them rather. If you want to come get it, well, be prepared to die. And slowly but surely, these teams are now making their way in. We see the Roots team, you know, they are down to 1. We've got Elites, of course, now also just rolling on up. We got Mr. Shark, they are just holding out, waiting to see if he can find any angles. And Nick putting a quick few hits in towards the team there from Unique, all the way over towards the western side. So a lot of hits now taking place all across the map. In fact, you can see Nick now just pushing up over towards Unique here.
Yeah, let's see if he can get this Gren in. It's very well angled, and it might have just hit. This could be another slam dunk. Nope, looks like it won't, but that was quite close.
Yeah, and now Unique is rushing straight over towards him. Ooh. No, down they go. Oh man, the joys of PUBG Mobile. Well, here we go. So 5 teams left now.
Yeah, we've got our 5 teams left. A couple of stragglers, of course, just off in the distance. We're going to see who comes out here. Obviously, Ice now crawling up, going to be rezzed by typical Elite. Interestingly enough, both of the Elite teams that we saw battling it out in the previous one still alive, so we might just see another Elite finish. We'll see. Of course, the shots will definitely be coming in pretty soon as Phoenix trying to move up, and Unique is there to greet them, and Darkside now trying to push up as well. Elite just off in the distance there as well. Shark just to the bottom, trying to make something happen. Let's see how this goes.
Well, Phoenix definitely putting up quite a bit of a fight here, just trying to find those shots and land them on the Unique team. You can see the Elites now rolling up. Darkside also slowly but surely making their way on up in towards zone, but Phoenix taking quite a bit of hits here.
Oh, yeah. Taking quite a lot of hits. So much damage. Asta very, very low. Might have to say goodbye. Youngster going to be prepping a Gren, tossing it the way of Unique. Faye's going to be there. Ooh, there comes some Grens. It's going to be the Molly on towards us. He's going to get taken down. Unique puts the hits in. Phoenix now just on the back foot here.
Everything is now just riding on Youngster. So let's see. Will he be able to clutch it out as Unique now start just more pushing up quite aggressively over towards him? We've got 5 teams in play, 11 players on the map. And the teams are really, really eager for this Ching Chicken. So let's see.
Yeah, they're getting those thirsts in as well. They're looking for him. There's a couple of stragglers for them. Youngster will shock off in the distance. Oh, Z-God finds the Youngster. There he goes. Very nice. Quick shot coming out. They're going to take the teams from 5 to 4. Just even things out a little bit more. Shock is in a bit of a pickle, though. He's going to be taking quite a few hits on his own. Grimlock looking in the direction, but some return fire going to come in as well. Keeping him alive for the moment.
Yeah, Elite really want to get that Ching Chicken, and well, Unique also wants to get it. You can see those shots now coming up, and Terra now the last hope for left. They're just making a quick dash off to the side, trying to get in behind some cover. Unique still sitting on a full, well, it's the team of 3. Call it a full team. You got Z-God now getting hit in the process. Dark side down to their last Terra. Oh, beautiful hit on Typical. So at least they're putting in some... No, never mind. Down they go. Unique landing those hits. So right there, the Elites going at it once again for the finish here. Unique up against Elites. Oh, Ice very low on health. Unless, of course, he can get that res in on his teammate. It's going to be pretty tough for him to find that Ching Chicken.
Yeah, but once again, the Elites will be battling it out here. As a... Well... Just up this little hill, Unique sitting on top of the rock and just down towards the lumber behind those piles of wood. The Elites sitting, just biding their time for the moment, waiting to see where the next zone will drop, because that might be the go signal for them. But it looks like they might just be preparing something else. They might have something else in mind. The smoke grenades coming down to mask their movements. Grens are coming in, but they might want to move up very soon, potentially, and try and encroach on towards Unique territory. We'll see.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they play this final zone. You got Ice and Typical both just going prone, slowly but surely trying to make their way on up in towards the zone, as the blue zone is now closing in bit by bit, you know, limiting the playable area there quite considerably. And well, Unique, you can see they're now just starting to position themselves up in such a position that they could definitely find the Elites here. But there we go, the first hit now flying up in towards Typical. Ice is the last hope for left, and Unique are now rushing on straight up in towards them. Will Z-God be able to clutch this one out? And well, the answer is yes. Well done there to Unique. I said Unique. Unique getting yet another chicken and 11 kills for this round.
Yeah, cha-ching, they got the chicken. There it is. Unique come out on top of that one. They're the elites of the elites, it would seem. They get that one going for themselves. And there we go. We've ended off our final game for the evening on a pretty good note. Nice and ramping up in aggression there towards the end. We've seen some very nice slam dunks, some very interesting plays all around, and a very entertaining evening of PUBG, I think.
Yeah, definitely true. And well, yeah, there we go. So all we can say is congratulations to the teams for getting all the, for getting all them chicken, what? How did you say? Ching chickens. There we go. Getting all them ching chickens. Well done, well played, well deserved. And it's always great to see the 2 elites battling it out. Well done. And well, yeah, thank you for all the teams for participating. It was definitely an interesting evening, seeing all the shots and the action. Hoping to see a little bit more aggression in the next one, because that's always nice. So yeah, I mean, there's a few things that we're looking forward to seeing in the next round, but really hoping that it comes through. And well, yeah, because the teams are essentially fighting for something.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's head on over into the standings to see how the teams are sitting right now, and that's going to give us a bit of an inkling for where everyone is sitting at this point. Of course, you can see Exile still occupying that top spot, of course, 341 points there.
Yeah, well, and then Unique Elites, well, they've just made sure that their second place is even more so, sitting on a very comfortable 258 points so far. We got Empire then, of course, sitting in third place. We didn't see them play today. We got 6-9 in fourth, also not playing today. Endgame, we had them in one of the previous rounds participating. I don't think they made it up in towards the finals. No? All right, so we got Anarchy Angels, of course, in sixth. We got Your Killer Is that was participating tonight. We got them in seventh there. We got Phoenix also playing tonight in eighth. We got Ink Esports in ninth. We got the African Renegades also from tonight in 10th place. So yeah, it's great to see some of the teams that we had here tonight, sitting in those in that top 10 list. We got Nodwin Gaming also that we saw in one of the previous rounds participating. We have them there in 11th place. Akatsuki also sitting in 12th place. We got the Active Gamers. We didn't see tonight in 13th. The Elites, of course, in 14th place. So, well, they put in quite a bit of work, not managing to get enough kills, though, to, really move them up that leaderboard. We got Outlaws Gaming, as you can see, in 15th. Jinx Gaming also there in 16th place. Team Untold in 17th. We got the Gangster Gang. In 18th place, the Angry Martians. I mean, I love that name, Angry Martians. 4 of them in 19th. And then the Bot Squad over in 20th. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a very, very entertaining set of weeks here of PUBG. I mean, it's really great. And I mean, just to see the participation coming in, the competition just heightening more and more and more, teams getting more competitive, really. I mean, right in the beginning of this, we were talking about wanting to see some big improvements here. Now here we sit with some teams just really slapping it down, getting the kills, getting the chickens. We've seen some players and some teams seriously rising up, doing some big things, and I really hope that continues. I mean, it's really, really great to see.
Yeah, well, let's hope that, that it will continue over into the next one. So, yeah, that is really what we're looking forward to. And, of course, don't forget to tune in for the Umzanzi finals that we'll be having on the 2nd of October. So not long left until we get into that part. So it's going to be exciting. And then we can see, which teams the Inkosi teams might be competing against.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I guess with that, thank you so much for joining us for this evening. We hope you enjoyed as much as we did. And yeah, be sure to tune in for the next one. Keep an eye on social media to find out what's going on. And yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see you in a bit.